everyone. Welcome all. It's over 100 subs. Thank you, Chaos VA. That was like clear back in May of 2017 of this year. Thank you, Bean. Um, so originally today was supposed to be Bendy and the Ink Machine. But that stinking bow section is driving me crazy. Like holy cow! Like I last night and Monday night I've been like trying some more, and I'm just like at the point where I think I'm going crazy. Like, is it possible for me to just go crazy without having to drink almost like 30 Dr. Pepper cans? Like, is it possible? So I told myself, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're gonna do something even more crazy, which is if you guys have not literally read the title, we're gonna read some fanfics today instead because a lot of you guys requested it to come back. Um, I love you guys. Uh, a lot of you guys requested a certain fanfic in particular, one that I've done clear back in the beginning of May. First. Um, I saw the fanfic. Yep. And I've actually made this one with a friend of ours. I hope she comes in to this chat. If not, for those of you who have I don't know how to pronounce this. What paid? Paid. I don't know. WATTPAD. That source. You guys could probably find her there. It is Sylvia 454. Yeah. Wait. Thank you, Emma. um, Basically, Sylvia and I, we kind of chatted a little bit, and we're both kind of good writers. We're both kind of good at what we do. So we were like, what if we have some of us, the fans, like this community, what if somehow magically we could teleport into the campaign? That was like my mindset. And I even asked her that, like, if you could meet one of them, who would it be? And she obviously told who it was. She wanted to meet Timus. And I said, how would you react? And then we just had, like, started off from there, and we started off, like, um, uh, you know, and, but yeah, that's where we're gonna read it off from. I know, that's what I said too. I was just like, oh god. But that was the only way I could contact her, and that was the only way I can, like, talk with her. I can't remember role for me. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm gonna be try to voice every single character. There are 18 characters in this fanfic, and there's at least 13,000. I think I actually have it. Hold on a sec. 13,114 words that her and I both collabed on. So there's gonna be a lot of me to read as everything. So this is why I asked some of my VAs, some that are in this the chat. If you can join me, that's totally fine. It would, first of all, help my throat. It really helped my throat. That's totally fine. But if you're busy right now and you're just like Emma, that you're exhausted, you're tired with like the holidays and work, don't. I'm saying this right now. You come first. Do not. I repeat. Do not like jump in. Do not like no. This is for fun. This is stuff I want to show off. This is stuff that I want to get back to the Obas channel, obviously. So yeah, this was supposed to be something bigger than I thought it would be, but apparently when I heard they were changing things up a bit, I was just like, okay, that's out the window. And I understand why. I understand why these things get really chaotic and really um just the amount of work that we put in and just for a great story. So if my math is done correctly, we should get this done in an hour and 15 minutes. If not, that is totally fine. We can still continue on, but if we get it done sooner, then I might read another fanfic that most of you guys have requested from me from writing this stuff. So with that being said, let me go ahead and show display capture. And here it is, an unexpected encounter. Oh lordy! Like I said, here I'll just scroll to give you guys a little taste of how long this thing is. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, let's see. Can I do reader's perspective? No. Okay, that's fine. Um, But yeah, also, what OBS? What are you doing? Okay, you are in the green still. Okay. Sorry if it starts to lag a lot. I see it. I see it. So yeah, I have to read. I'm gonna read this whole thing. It's fine, guys. I can do this. I trust me. I've listened to it. I read it before, like probably 16 times, and it's still great. It's still great. All right. So let me go ahead and start at the beginning, guys. And like I said, I have water, so let's do this. Somewhere in the mysterious region far beyond any unknown location is a special place where many people come and go as they please and watch various videos, movies, and really just about looking up any information. This place was the Void, a networking station where it was the perfect place for any fans to meet up at. In one in particular was the Ovos Void building, which holds up to more than 50,000 members. To pass the time, a certain coyote was doing something so creative that even NASA would want to learn from her technology skills about her wonders of robotics if they caught a glimpse of what she was working on. Almost done. Finished with Almost done finishing with the device. Just gotta be careful not to. She was cut off by a group of girls who happened to rush into the main laboratory, talking and yelling to one another, and the shattered a peaceful atmosphere. Ah! Guys, I'm kind of busy right now. I need some concentration. The coyote yelled at them. Relax, Kennedy. We're just getting ready for another Taverns Deep episode again, said Chris, the red Maine wolf. Yeah, lighten up a little. You should take a break and stop working on your machine for a little bit, voiced Visa the fox as she gave her a small hug. Okay, I get it, but trust me, this device will change how we see movies and maybe even play video games for all of us. This is a portal machine called Time Warp. Kennedy said as she finished screwing the last screw. Not only was the portable size, but also it looked like a replica of a Rubik's Cube to them. That's interesting, Kennedy. However, does it work? Asked Drift the Hedgehog, looking concerned, yet curious about the new contraption. Only one way to find out. Now let me go grab an easy portable movie first. And I will say this only once. Do not touch it, she says. She tells them and sees them all nod yes to her. She smiles and walks out of the room to go grab a movie. Chris and Kelsey the bird smiled to one another, an idea forming both in their minds that they didn't even need to tell one another of the plan. Chris grabbed the machine, and both decided to play catch with it. Hey guys, easy with that thing. Kitty said not to mess with it. Please just listen to her for once, warned Emma the cat, worriedly watching the device get thrown back and forth as her tail flicked with concern each time they threw it. After a few minutes have passed, Kennedy comes back to see that they were playing with it like a toy ball, then rushes inside to stop the throwing. Hey, I said no touching! The girls laughed as they played, keeping away from Kennedy, and of course, messing with her by continuing to throw and catch her machine. Guys, come on. That machine is not a toy to be played with. Just set it down, please. Kennedy pledged as she was catching her breath and also shaking her head. It's fine, Kennedy. We got this under control, Fisa reassured them. Then she threw the time warp hard and fast to Chris. By the time Chris caught it, the button was accidentally pushed on the side of the contraption. Kennedy, what's it doing? Kennedy, an explanation would be nice, Chris yelled as the device started to light up with a bunch of different colors. Suddenly a portal opened up before them, and a gust of wind pulled everyone except Kelsey inside the portal. Guys, where did they? Oh no, this is not good, Kelsey murmured as she clicked on the Ovos channel and saw in the Taverns Deep video something was for sure wrong. She did not realize it would be possible at all of what she saw on the screen. The area was medieval looking and was clearly lacking the technology usually present back home, as Kennedy, Drift, Fisa, Emma, Autumn, Solar, and Jaggy fell out of the portal on the other side on the other side of a hill. Some got dirt stuck in their fur, while others landed harder than most did, earning a few extra bruises here and there. Ouch! Is everyone okay? Everyone who's here, speak to me, please. Kennedy called out as she got up off the ground and stretched her back and arms. I'm here. So is Fisa too, Emma remarked as she helped Fisa onto her feet. We're here, Kennedy, Drift confirmed, gesturing to Autumn the cat, Sora the hedgehog, and Jaggy the jaguar, who were all there too. Kennedy looks around and finds Chris a few feet away. She points to each person as she mentally counted. That makes 8 of us. We're missing, where's Kelsey at? Kennedy asked the group, but all just either shrugged or shook their heads no for an answer. Okay, well, guess what? We're going to have to find a way back home. We need to figure out where we are and when we are. As far as I can see from the looks of everything right now, I see we're in a mythical and medieval time period. She informs them. Are you saying we're stuck in here for the rest of our lives? Yelled Fisa as she was tightly gripping on Kennedy's arms, looking very anxious. Fifi, relax. Basically, all I have to do is change the device back to our dimensional location, and she feels Chris cover her mouth and tells her, less science talk, more to the point answers for those who aren't nerds like you. Kennedy removes Chris's hand away and then says, all right, yes I can, but the device took a beating after, someone here was playing with it and pushed the button on purpose. Kennedy yells back to Chris in her face, look, I didn't mean it. It was Fisa's fault. She threw it too hard. Almost dropped the thing. Chris yelled back to her, pointing an accusing finger to Fisa. You two knock it off. You're both friends. Now let's just set up a campsite for now, and maybe we'll find our answers to where and what time we're in. Emma offered to them as the two walked away from one another. Oh, okay, so good. Someone asked for the link of this. Hold on a minute, guys. I will get the link for you guys. Just a sec. And this is a good time because I need to take a drink of water. Share, copy link. There you go, guys. That should help you guys out. Okay, where was I? Okay, solar. Okay, I hope this doesn't go completely bad for us. Hey, this might actually be kind of good. A good thing in the end. Solar pointed out while trying to play peacemaker. As all 8 girls kept on building tents with leaves and sticks, carefully watching where they stepped in the barely lit light, and even building a fire pit for when they hunted and needed to cook for food, Kennedy was trying to fix the device as fast as possible. With the help of her night vision goggles, she noticed Chris laying down in the grass sleeping. She shakes her head and tells herself, "Do not start anything with Chris." She already did her. Let's mess with Kennedy today. I personally do not want to get any more mad about the situation. While Kennedy kept on removing and undoing parts of the machine, the rest of the girls were playing tag, duck, duck, goose, and even watching some of the stars shine across the night sky as they embraced the amazing world they were in. I don't know what kind of place this is, but for sure it's very pretty and so peaceful too. I kind of want to stay here, honestly, Jaggy admitted. Oh, it sure is. Look at these constellations. They're so beautiful right now, when there's barely a cloud in the sky, Emma observed, pointing out to a couple of them. Chris yawned, waking up from her small nap, and noticed Kennedy working on the device while the others were chilling out under the bright stars. She walked over to Kennedy and smiles. How's the progress there? Chris asked her. Good so far. I figured out what button you pushed. Thank goodness you did not hit the yellow one, Kennedy tells her, and sits down her small, portable tool pouch keeps with her at all times. However, I know we're in a video the last time I checked, but I can't recall which one. Is it like a history document about ancient times? A silly spin-off film? Or did my device actually send us all back in time? She questions, earning a shrug from Chris. Do I look like I'm as smart as you? I don't know, you're the brains here. So how about you keep working and pick up the pace here? Kennedy gets off her log seat and then says, Chris, this is no time for joking around. As far as I know, this could be real life, like actual time travel stuff. You really think I have the proper tools or electricity to get all 8 of us back home? The rest of the girls overheard them and quickly rushed over to separate the two apart. Look, we're all in this together. We're fans of the Ovas channel, okay? So let's all just maybe do some singing to get along? Jaggy offered to both of them. Look, I've done my part. I'd like to see any of you try to be in my shoes for once, doing all my tasks, asking what is this math equation or formula, and yet none of you appreciate the long, hard hours I spent when it's my stuff or projects. You know what? I need some time to myself. This day alone just pushed me over my limit. Kennedy argued, taking off her goggles and pulling out her phone's flashlight before walking away from them. All girls worried for her. Chris looked down at the device, then sighed, feeling she went too far. She was, after all, responsible for this event in the first place. I was just trying to make her happy. Why does she have to be so strict in her life? Chris questioned herself before rejoining the rest of the group. Kennedy ventures farther away from the campsite. She decided to leave her fellow friends and goes into a forest, looking for a nice spot to just have some time to herself while freshening up on her stories. The sun was already beginning to rise from its slumber, the light sky with various shades of red and orange as it tried to peer from the mountains. Thankfully, she managed to keep her mini tablet with her for any time she felt mad or needed to write down something hated comments about her lifestyle. It made her feel less stressed and helped her calm down a lot more with her anger issues. At the same time, Verico was in the same forest looking for a spot to finish up his latest book. Both of them sat down on the opposite sides of the same tree, one with a journal with a pen feather, and while the other took out her digital mini tablet and wireless pen to start brainstorming a new line for her draft. The two started to write down many ideas until they both got this feeling that something here was not quite normal. Verico slowly puts away his book and stands up against the tree while Candy too hides herself, getting the sense that someone or something was right behind her. At the same time, both turn around to see each other before both jumping back in surprise and falling in the progress. Ah! Who are you? Why are you here? They both said at the same time. Why am I here? Wait, you're Verico. No, this can't be possible. Kennedy realized in shock as she saw him laying on the ground with a flabbergasted look on his face. Wait, you know my name? Are you trying to attack us? He asked, his right hand lighting on fire as he prepared to fire a spell. Listen, it's complicated, but just listen to me. You're just here to do some writing, right? She explained. Surprised that the mysterious person knew about his writing, Verico sniffed out the flame in his hand, but the worried look still present on the tiefling's face. Yes, I was. Are you some powerful wizard close by? Verico queried, around, looking up and down. Although her appearance was way too modern, her galaxy enemy seemed she was one. At least knew a few spells here and there. Kennedy quickly nods yes and then tells herself, okay, let me scroll up so I know where we are. Alright, kid, you got yourself and your friends in this place, so let's just play along here for now and hope that these guys don't hurt or harm us till we get back home again. She slowly gets up, then dusts some dirt off her jeans from falling over. My name is Kennedy. I have great powers of being a level 22 wizard, and my team and I were traveling onward to our next mission. She informs Verico. The warlock was still a tad skeptical, but shrugs in her response. He didn't want to ask any more questions and accidentally initiate a lost fight with her. After all, her level was way higher than his. Fair enough. So, do you like to write as well? He asked her. Oh, I do. It helps me feel less stressed about my team. How they sometimes don't listen to me for the most part. Kennedy answered, rubbing the back of her neck while looking a little upset. Veriko notices the frown on her face, but nods in understanding. No one else in the party seemed to understand, seemed interested in the tiefling stories, and now there's finally someone else who writes too. Realizing this, Veriko decided to show Kennedy one of his drafts. Here, it's not quite ready for the final product yet, but I feel like you should look into it. Maybe you could share some of your stories with me? He asked as he pulled out a couple papers binding with string and gave them to her. As Kennedy briefly schemes through the draft, she giggles and smiles reading before blushing red in her cheeks. Not wanting to continue and wanting to save whatever innocence she had left, she quickly hands back the draft to Veriko to save herself from reading too deep in the draft. It's steamy. I don't think you should publish that one anytime soon. It's great, but I doubt anyone would want to read it. She explained to Veriko while trying to cool down her radiating cheeks by fanning her face with her hands. You think so? I think it's on brand, but maybe I should tone down some parts in it, he said, fixing and correcting a few sentences here and there on the pages. Well, it was nice to meet you, but I should get back to my campsite, and be with my team right now. My anger has subdued greatly, so I better get back. Kennedy says, waving to him with a gentle smile, and turns away from him. Hang on. Why don't you meet with my team? We're going on someplace too. It's only fair to at least meet them. Veriko offered to her. She paused in her tracks and then turned around to look at Veriko. I guess it's just a meet. No fighting, no staying the night, nothing more. Just me and only myself, me and the rest of them. Okay, fine. I just hope none of the others are worried about me back at the camp. Kennedy tells herself in her mind before smiling and walking over to Veriko. Why not? Go ahead, lead the way, tiefling. She replies back. All right. There are thorns around a bush up ahead, so be careful. He warns as they make their way to the camp. Speaking of that camp. Whoa, sorry about that. First Tavity crossover. I see, yeah. Also, guys, how are we doing? I know I'm the only one talking and there's like no music going on. But so far, what do you guys think of this? As I slowly drink water and catch my breath. Interesting. Yeah, it's about to get crazy when we keep going. So, and there is also some kind of funny things in here. So, let me keep going. Let me keep reading then. So, all right. Back at the campsite, Shuko woke up, stretching his wings. Okay, quietly from what I could hear. Oh, let me turn myself up then. Thank you for that, Flambe. Is that better? Is that louder? Ooh, I'm probably hitting some headphones. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that should be loud enough. Hopefully. Yeah, okay, what did the gamer say? I'm joining. So on its yeah. Okay, audio's better now. Good. I'm sorry if you guys didn't hear me that much in my part, but okay. I'll re-say what I say here. Okay. Back at the campsite, Shuko woke up and stretched his wings. It had been quite an eventful night, and the rogue was thankful that Ear didn't waltz in with a rude awakening call. But then again, perhaps the bard was still upset from losing that bet with Veriko. Speaking of the tiefling, the avian did have several questions to ask him regarding his work of fiction, especially about the draft Ear mentioned yesterday. Opening the tent and strolling out into the big, bright morning sunlight, Shuka used his wings to shield the blinding sun before scanning their camp. Huh? I'm surprised no one else. Bleh. This is why I need water, especially when I'm doing Shuka's voice. Okay. Huh? I'm surprised no one else is awake. Shuka murdered under his breath as he walked over to Veriko's tent. Veriko, you in there? No response. With a shrug, Shuka opened the tent with only to find that the warlock wasn't there. Where could he have gone to this time? Shuka questioned as he ran a hand through his head feathers. Worried that the road scrambled over to Shikara's tent and opened it without bothering to knock, which was a great mistake on Shuka's part. Both dragonborns were fast asleep, cuddling together on the same bed cot. Kiala's head resting on Shikara's chest as he had his arm protectively around her. So this is why Veriko decided to wake Shikara up when the stone giant went missing. Shuka slowly made his way over to Shikara and started to shake the paladin. Shikara, wake up! I can't find Veriko. Shikara opened one eye and looked at Shuka. How long is it? Nose. How long has he been gone? He's been disappearing a lot recently. Shikar murmured tiredly. I don't know. Probably more than an hour. Shuka answered. Yeah, that's too long. Shikar agreed as Kiala began opening her eyes, stretching before raising her brow at the albacroc. Sorry, guys. It's hard for me when I pronounce words. Shuka, why are you doing here? What are you doing here? Kiala questioned before yawning. We're going to find Veriko. He's missing again. Shuka replied as he exited the tent to wake the others up. I'm going to wake the others up. Mind finding some food? Maybe hunt a boar? Shuka teased before closing the tent, just barely noticing the death glare on the paladin's face before the avian stroll over to Soleil's tent. Also, just give me 1 sec. I know you guys probably heard all my notifications going off on my phone. What was happening? And speaking of Olbas, that's why I had to look for a sec. Oh, lordy. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Soleil. Soleil? Are you awake? Oh! Shuka almost jumped out of his feathers when a clearly wide awake monk opened her tent and with a soft smile waved good morning to a surprised avian. Good morning, Shikar. Shuka. What happened to Veriko? Soleil asked, and a worried look on her face as she peered over the rogue shoulder. He's not with you? The monk questioned when she noticed the missing tiefling. Shuka shook his head. No, Veriko's missing. We're gonna go find him once I wake everyone up. Soleil nodded before raising her hand. Don't worry, I'm sure Veriko is fine, but I can help wake some of the others up if you want. Shuka, knowing full well that waking everyone on his own would take forever, accepted the monk's offer. I'll take you up on that offer. Can you wake up Avok and Timus while I wake up Beard? Shuka, Soleil. There's so many S names. Okay. Soleil nervously bit the lower half of her lip when she remembered her sparring session with Avok, but quickly shook through the thought away. It was an accident. Only an accident. Avok is okay. I'll heal up now. But why are there butterflies still around in her stomach? Realizing a worried expression on Shuka's face, Soleil nodded before running to Timus's tent first. She gently opened the flap's tent and walked in, kneeling beside the the sleeping bag to shake the tabaxi awake. And I'm going to scroll up so that I know where we are again. Hey, Timus, wake up! Timus turned to the side. 5 more minutes, the druid mumbled. Soleil smiled and wanted to let the cat humanoid rest, but she did promise Shuka that she would wake the rest of the party up. A plan formed in her mind, and she smiled and turned into a grin, and she cracked her knuckles, only to start tickling the unaware tabaxi to wake him from his slumber. Okay, stop. Okay, I'm up. Timus managed to utter between his laughing as he hesitantly got up and stretched. Good morning, Timus, Soleil greeted with an instant wave. Good morning, Soleil. What's up? Timus asked, though a part of him wished he could go back into his warm, cozy sleeping bag and get some more rest before who knows what chaos was in store for them today. Veriko is missing, so Shuka wanted me to wake you up. Can you wake Avak up? Soleil pleaded, and Timus pointed to himself with a confused look on his face. Also, sorry if you guys hear knocking. That's my significant parent trying to make supper. Me? Why me? Soleil played with her hands, meaning Timus's eyes. Well, we did a spar yesterday, and I don't think I'm ready to spar with him anytime soon. Soleil guilt whispers as if someone was nearby. She didn't want anyone else to know her mixed feelings about the sparring session between her and the other monk in the party. Oh, I could do that. The tabaxi nodded, and both left the tent. Timus ventured towards the trees while Soleil decided to greet Shakar and Kiala. Meanwhile, Shuka entered Irid's tent, not trying to knock at all, and shook the lattered avian. Come on, Irid. Time to wake up. Shuka continued to shake the bard, but later only snored. Right. Shuka muttered, his eyes laid on the lute beside the bedcot. A smirk grew on the rogue's face as he grabbed the lute and strummed a discord note, waking Irid instantly. Irid sat up and playfully glared at Shuka. What was that for? Couldn't you give me five more minutes? Irid asked as he motioned Shuka to give him back his instrument. Shuka handed it over and laughed. It's called payback. Now, come on, we're going to find Veriko. Irid raised her brow. Veriko? He's missing? Irid questioned, earning a nod from Shuka. The larger avian then decided to lay back down in his bed cot. Nope, I don't even want to see any more drafts from Veriko. I bet with that tiefling and almost got skewered by Shakar. Shuka shook his head and then grabbed Irid's arm to pull him back up. Hey, no one got hurt, and I warned you about betting with him. I'm gonna scroll back up, because like I said, this part is so big. Shuka successfully managed to drag his friend out of the tent, only to hear a loud thud as Avak woke up and fell from the trees. I'm okay, they heard Avak shout as he stood up with barely a scratch on him. Timus awkwardly waved to the two avians, and the two didn't need to roll to figure out about that the tabaxi probably startled the monk from his peaceful slumber. Shuka was about to question why Soleil didn't wake up Avak. Then everyone heard rustling from the bushes nearby. After Veriko warned Kennedy about the bushes that separated them from the camp, they both managed to come out unscathed, despite the numerous thorns. Thank you for warning me. Thank you for the warning, she thanked him. No problem. No problem. Veriko responded before noticing Shakar walking over to both of them. Oh boy, we might both be in trouble. He whispers to Kennedy. Shakar looked to Veriko, then to Kennedy, and then back to Veriko. So, you found her in the forest? Is this what I think it is? Shikara asked, raising a brow at Veriko with a small smirk playing on his lips. Veriko blushed and then shouted to him, "Are you crazy? Heck no! We didn't even know. We did not do anything you're thinking of. I swear, we just met. Total strangers." Kennedy also blushed in her cheeks and then thought, is Shakar really like this behind the scenes? Jeez, I hate to imagine what Kiala has to go through every time they're not doing the campaign. Shakar chuckled through the reaction. No sweat. I was just playing and calling your bluff is all. So what's your name, miss? He asked the coyote. She growled at him before taking a deep breath in and out. My name is Kennedy. Also, that was very rude of you to assume that, by the way. She scolds him. My apologies. Just this morning I was doing a little bit of messing around. But in all seriousness, are you here to join us for our mission? He asked her. I'm gonna spool this up. See, we're almost done with this whole freaking paragraph. This is the stuff that I was trying to explain about. Kennedy lights up at the idea of joining the D&D crew on their quest. A smile growing on her face until a frown replaces it. When realization struck her, she almost forgot she isn't a real D&D character, and her goal was to get herself and the rest of the girls back home as soon as possible. With the realization in mind, she sighed and said, "Oh, I wish I could join, but my team and I have our own mission to do down south. It's not that far. We've been going on our own journey for only 2 days, but I feel like we're kind of getting to the point of possibly separating." Kennedy confessed to Shakar as she sees him nod. "I see. Maybe from now on you should meet the rest of the members here. Just say hello is all." The Dragonborn offered to her. Kennedy smiles and nods, and Shakar was about to lead the way to their campfire before Soleil ran over with the biggest grin on her face as she looked at the newcomer up and down. "Oh my gosh, hi! Wow, you look really cool. I've never seen clothes like this before. Oh, I'm sorry, my name is Soleil. What's your name?" Soleil asked, putting her hand out as she waited for the coyote to shake her hand. "My name is Kennedy," and Kennedy greeted before shaking the monk's hand. "That's a really cool name. Where are you from?" Soleil questioned, tilting her head as she waited for a reply. We're far away. From far away," Kennedy vaguely replied, realizing she couldn't tell them that she was from another world. Imagine their reaction if she told them. That would be the biggest bombshell of the century, while also maybe even crashing or lagging the video that they were in. Soon enough, the other party members heard the commotion and walked over to greet the newcomer. Oh, sweet Mobius. This is, like I said, this is long. Okay. Let's see. I don't think you guys are just listening to me. Mind step. Yep. Replacing Discord with this. Yeah, it's a long process. Like I said, when I was reading this, like reading audio, like roughly an hour. I don't think I'm gonna get this through with an hour. This might be the whole stream by this time, which I expected it. All right. Meanwhile, back at the girls' campsite, everyone, including Chris, was growing nervously for Kennedy, traveling all alone into the forest. "Maybe we should all go together. I really don't want to be the only one who goes in and never comes out," Fisa voiced as a shudder down her spine as her imagination played with all the ideas of all monsters that could be roaming in the spooky forest. "That's why Drift is going to be our savior here. She is, after all, the mom friend. If any beast or foe messes with her, I bet they would run away the moment she brings out her true power." Solar hypnotized with confidence. "Very funny. All you two have to do is just stay close to both Drift and Chris. We'll look out for anything," Emma reassures them. They all kept on walking through the dense trees when Drift heard Kennedy's laughter in the distance. Her ears perked up with a familiar noise. "She must be this way. No, wait. Maybe this way?" she pondered, looking at the two different trails. "How about this? You go that way, and I'll go this way. Whoever ends up back here will know it's the other trail," Chris declared. Drift nodded in agreement as both of them took a different trail while the rest of the group waited till one of them came back. Drift travels further down her path until she spots those same bushes with the thorns that Kennedy and Verico recently passed through. Curious, she carefully walks closer to the bush and pokes her head above the luscious green leaves and thorns to find a familiar face in the distance. And here's where the fangirling starts to happen. Also, sorry if you guys hear my sinuses. Allergies are the worst when it's dry weather. Oy, here, let me get blow my nose real quick, especially when I'm trying to do like 16 different voices for everybody. There we go. There, that's a little better. Okay. Okay, yep, here comes the fangirling. Is that... Oh my, it can't be. Is that Verico Tiefling? Is that really him? Oh, wow, he is here. She whispered to herself, resting a hand on her chest as she felt her heartbeat quickened. I wonder if... Wait, are you serious right now? She asked in disbelief as she saw both Verico and Kennedy laughing and talking together close to a campfire. Oh, that coyote has done it now, she angrily thought before flawlessly jumping over the thorn bushes. Kennedy? Or, no, whoops. Ken, are you kidding me right now? Drift yelled at her, crossing her arms, and glared at the coyote. Kennedy face palms, then sits down her glass cup, which the group offered to her when they were getting to know her a little bit. In a wizard way, of course. Excuse me, but one of my members is kind of having a moment. She excuses herself before standing up and walking over to Drift. Thanks for making me look like a fool, but now I know where we are, Kennedy whispers to her, though her voice was lacking in sarcasm for she thanked her friend. Yeah, one of the Tavern Steve videos on their channel. But you can't be serious right now. You know. Right now, you know. She quickly covers Drift's mouth with her hand before shushing her, putting her finger close to her lips for emphasis. Shh! You cannot tell them you're a fan. Remember what my device does? If you screw this up, then the channel itself will crash and the whole system may be lost too. So just be your own D&D self, okay? Oh, and are the others on their way? Kennedy softly questions, earning a nod from her friend. Kennedy removes her hand away from Jeff and returns back to her side. Look, I know he's your guy, but guess what happened out of all of the possible outcomes in existence? Kennedy asked Drift. Drift pursed her lips in a deep thought before remembering that same video on the channel. Once the realization hit, she slowly face-palmed to herself. Of course, he went to a forest to write or whatever it was. She whispers back to Kennedy. Suddenly, Kennedy's ears perked at the sound of more rustling coming from the bushes behind them. Sighing, knowing full well that her solo adventure came to such an abrupt end. She watches the rest of the girls carefully walk out of the bushes. Once the rest of the girls spotted Kennedy, their eyes widened in surprise, while some of the others' jaws dropped in shock. Before they could utter or raise numerous questions swirling around their brains, Kennedy brings a finger to her mouth and silently warns them to not say a word or squeal from fangirling. I swear, if I have to slap one of your guys' faces in front of them, you know I will. She threatens them. All of them look at each other before nodding yes and back a response. Okay, just follow my lead and remember, we're only here to meet them. Kennedy explains before they all walked over to the campfire with the rest of the crew. Guys, this is my team. We have Drift, Fisa, Autumn, Solar, Jaggy, Emma, and Chris. Kennedy introduces them by listing their names, pointing to each of them for clarification on who was who. They all gave a nice, friendly wave back in response. All 16 of them talked at the campfire. They shared funny stories, ate some boar, and even joined some company before Avak put his plate down and grinned at the newcomers. Wow, you guys are also very sweet. Is it possible you could join our mission? We wouldn't mind having some more helping hands. That'd definitely improve our chances against our enemies. And this is when we kind of break a little bit here. This is when I feel like the story starts to pick up the pace. Offered Avak as he smiled at each of them. Kennedy already said that they have their own mission. It's best we let them move onward and not delay their mission any longer than we already had. Shakar replied before taking a good swig from his cup. To be fair, though, I would love to see some amazing moves from a level 22 wizard. I want to get better at everything and be ready for any situation, Avak declared, setting his attention on Kennedy. Look. Phone notifications. Everybody's doing everything today. Look, I already told you, I will not fight you. I don't you want to receive a meteor swarm from me and let alone raise panic while everyone runs for their lives. Kennedy responded. How about this? I'll try to help you train Avak, offered Solar as she set down her plate. Cool beans. I'll go ahead and start warming up. Let me know when you're ready to spar with me, Avak said as he jumped up and walks away from the campfire. The others watched as the eager monk started to do push-ups on the ground and counted. Shakar released a sigh of relief as he watched Avak complete his push-ups, more than thankful that the monk did not challenge him yet to another sparring session. Kennedy, realizing their situation, shakes her head before whispering to Solar, We don't have any powers here. You're gonna get your butt kicked. Solar smirks before showing the coyote an odd-looking but very familiar bracelets around her wrist. And then replies back, Okay, smarty pants, then tell me what this is. Chris showed us what else you brought with you back at our campsite, so I could use this to help Avak train. I mean, one day he'll become the best out of all of them. She explained with a huge smile on her face as she traced her hand across and traced the designs of the bracelet. Kennedy growled, notices Solar found one of her fighting bracelets, another device that helps an individual become a superhero or a crazy overpowered fighter. Again, scroll. Yes, I did, but those are still prototypes. They're not working the way I want them to, and they might start glitching. What if it breaks during the fight? Kennedy questions her. Solar only shrugs before walking away and starts stretching as well to repair her spar with Avak. Kennedy says putting on her hood before face-palming again in exasperation. The coyote then walks over to one of the trees and sits down, resting her back against the trunk as she relishes in the shade. Shuka happened to notice Kennedy's response and then tried to get Kiala's attention. Kiala, you know how to handle those kind of you know how to handle those kind of things, right? Why don't you talk to the new wizard? Shuka asked, making sure to keep his voice down while finishing up his plate too. All right, give me a few minutes with this one, Kiala replied. The female dragonborn sets down her plate and stands up, straightening up her back to hear a satisfying crack before walking over to where Kennedy is. Hey, Miss Kennedy, is it, do you have mind if we walk and talk before you all get going on your mission? She offers to her, putting her hand out for the coyote to grab. Kennedy takes off her hood and then takes Kiala's outreached hand, ladder pulling her up on her feet. Sure, miss. Go ahead. Lead the way. Kennedy answered as the two walked away from the camp and followed a new trail into the woods. As the two walked away, Shuka shifted his attention to the rest of the girls before asking them, So, how long has she been leading you guys? How did you all meet? Did any of you ever fight? Most of them, like Jaggy and Fisa, were too nervous and a bit shaken up by Shuka questioning. Chris offered to answer first by saying, She's our, I guess, the brains behind the group. I'm more of the Suddenly, she gets slapped to the back of the head from Emma. Ouch! Really, Emma? That hurt! She shouted, rubbing the sore spot where it hurt the most. Smack onion. Give me 1 sec. I gotta take another swig of water. Also, there's something on Discord. I can see the notification. Give me one moment. Like I said, I'm getting notifications out my butt, and it's crazy, and I love it though. Onions. It was a secret onion. Okay. Comic violence, lovely. Okay. Where's your line, Emma? Okay. What she meant to say was Kennedy is a great friend and a great leader to all of us. Without her, we would have been a werewolf's dinner, to be honest. Emma corrected with confidence. Wow, you and her must be very close. I'm guessing you're the true friend? Soleil asked. Emma nods in agreement, then blushes a little pink hearing her response. Though I'm confident she knows when each of us tries to cheer her up or asks her to play and have some fun, she can be, well, she is very serious about these missions. Autumn added, fixing her hair with her cat claws. How come? Does she have any time just to be with you guys? Thomas questioned, Autumn scratching his chin in deep thought. Personally, I think she's trying to hide her feelings for something, or maybe someone. Chris' voice smirking at the rest of the girls in the group. Someone? She never mentioned having a lover or crush when we were talking with her. Shakar pointed out, confused yet curious about this new information. Drift, Emma, and Jackie, who were behind Shakar's back, tried to give signals to Chris to not tell him about Kennedy's love interest by either rapidly shaking their heads no or doing gestures that clearly meant cut it out. Well, she only told me once, but really, I feel, guys, help me out here. Chris can't do these kind of things. Chris pleaded in desperate look in her eyes as she glared at them. All of them either shook their heads no, their head, looked away, or pretending to whistle. Chris sighed at their response before taking a deep breath and thinking of a way to end this discussion. You know what? I feel like this topic I will let Kennedy tell you guys herself, if she chooses to share with any of you, that is. She tells the crew, and all girls in the group sigh in relief as their posture relaxed somewhat. Like y'all guys were just like, oh, like she is not gonna go crazy. A few minutes of conversing with Kiala, Kennedy smiled at her for all the helpful advice that she received from the Dragonborn during their short walk. Sorry if I stutter a lot, guys. It's just my way of reading is just so bombarded. So sorry if it sounds like I'm taking a lot longer than it is, but I mean, we've been in now we've actually been in an hour, so there's no way I can do this in 15 minutes. Just remember, it's okay to let things happen. Even if you cannot control the problem, they're only there to shape you and your abilities to make you a better person. Kiala adds on with a small smile followed by a wink. Thanks for walking and talking with me. You really didn't have to help me with both their ears perked at the noise as the two heard a lot of cheering and shouting back at the campsite. Glancing at each other, they both sighed and rushed to see what was going on. It turns out the fighting bracelet was working perfectly for Solar. It helped her perform many moves and helped her to dodge each and every one of Avok's attacks. On the sidelines, a couple of others were watching in amazement amazing sparring match go down. Kennedy then looked to Kiala and facepalms after catching a glimpse of the sparring match. I am so sorry one of my members is sparring with him. I completely forgot to stop this thing. Kennedy apologized, shaking her head and feeling like she failed to put her friend's safety first over all the other crazy things that have been happening that day. Remember what I said. It's okay to let it happen. After all, it was her fault, not yours for this. Kiala reminded her, resting a hand on Kennedy's shoulder before gently squeezing it. She smiled, then gives her a quick hug and respond. Alright. Guys, we are not even close. We are like partial halfway there. We're almost done with it, I promise you, but we're like halfway there. So let me actually do this real quick. I'm going to go over to my cover image. There we go. I'm going to eat a little and chat with most of you, if that's all good with you guys, because, woo! This, like I said, it took, like, I was non-stop, like, wide awake. I did most of the heavy lifting. Sylvia, probably, I would say maybe did, also, let me lower my mic so you guys don't hear me open it back. Let me turn up so you guys can actually hear me. So, like I said, I probably did this around my birthday / when I went on that vacation in beginning of May-ish. Oh, thank you for the cookie box. I appreciate it. Nacho cheese Doritos, anyone? We shall nom. An onion cookie, oh my god. So wait, an onion cookie is basically like Skittles. Taste the onion? What? No, it's a joke. It's a joke, it's what it is. I don't even think they exist. So guys, please do not. So I'm gonna say something that Emma, myself, Kelsey, who's not here, she's busy too, and maybe Chris. Who knows? I'll have to talk to Chris. But us four, we're actually planning on the old lost channel. So that kind of brings to the point, Knack. It does? D-Gamer, does it really exist? What? There's no way. Does it seriously exist? What is it? Is it like a... It has to be... Hold on, I gotta look this up. We're on cover screen, so it's fine. Whoa! Wow! Alright, so here's what an onion cookie is. An onion cookie is an S grade cookie in the line capital LINE cookie run. She was first released on Halloween in Kalbalu. Oh, it's a game. It's a game. That's why. But is it? But I'm saying, like, in real life, is there such thing as a recipe? I want to see what flavors that is. Oh my gosh, poppy. Well, that's biscuits. Okay, that's not cookie. That cookie biscuits is different. Okay. Oh, that sounds delicious right now. My dad might like it. This sounds delicious. Sour cream and onion biscuits. That sounds delicious. Green onion cookie roll. Okay. Thank you for that. Recipe. I gotta know what the ingredients are. Oh my gosh! That is... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah! Okay. Let me look at the images real quick. Biscuits. But I see the video, it's in Japan. But yeah, it's baked green onion cookies. How? How? Taste of home. Let me look at this up. They're biscuits, but not cookies. That's two different things. I'm getting a lot of biscuits, not cookies. Yeah, even Google's like, no, it's biscuits. That's so funny. I wish I could show you guys what the image looks like, but onionsusa.org says add onion to chocolate chip cookies. Oh my. Give your voice a break. Okay. I finally... Okay. Hold on a minute. We might have a co-come with this. Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, they can hear you. Hi.
Hi. I'm just using my headphone mic right now, so sorry about the quality.
I mean, I don't even have a microphone. I've just been using my own, like, laptop's microphone, and you guys can hear me nom chips, like, for days. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is so weird. Yeah.
Onion cookies.
An onion cookie. Well, it's a biscuit, but a cookie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, biscuits can be sweet, so I guess kind of.
Kind of. I mean,
I just poked myself. I hurt myself with a stick.
All right. Let me.
Should I get the link, maybe? Would that be better?
Yeah. Let me get you back on to the thingabubub. Sorry, my brain. Like I said, this is what bending that boat scene has done for me, guys. I can't word. I can't speak.
You poor thing. You poor thing. Really, just you poor thing.
And I almost lost the spot of the thing too. Okay, we went too far.
Can the people hear me?
Yes.
Like, well?
Guys, can you hear Emma?
Can you hear me? I'm right here. I'm Emma.
The Emma the cat. This is Emma Emma's a tad quiet. Can't hear. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. Also, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit in Discord too, so that you guys can hear her.
Okay.
You're almost literally like 172% on Discord. So
Oh.
yeah, you are like.
Oh boy.
Also, it could be my normal head speaker because it's connected to that. So let me turn her up that way. Is that better, guys? Oh my god, that is so much.
I hope I'm not hurting your ears, Kennedy. I'm so sorry.
You just now did.
Oh no.
Don't worry, it was my fault. It was my fault that I did that. I should have known better. That was the thing that was making you all quiet.
Oh.
All right, can you guys hear me? And can you guys hear Emma? Hello, hello.
Hello.
This is like
Meow.
it's like in the Tigger movie. Hello. Literally, he does that. He says hello. I can hear both of you. Good. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
All right. I think, guys, we've delayed long enough. So let us get back into the madness. Oh my god. Okay, before we do, I'm gonna put on my kit. So you need to see it. Or hey, do you want a screen share?
Sure. That would actually be nice.
So that way you know where I am and you don't have to go find stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh.
Oh.
Hey, Void or AFK. Nice to see you. We're doing this very long fanfic. We're like at the halfway part. We're literally halfway there. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
And Emma joined halfway through so that Kennedy can have a break with her voice.
So, which is fine. All right. Yep. Here we go. We're at when the sparring session was over. Okay. Let's see who's in. Do you want to voice Drift?
I can try and do Drift.
Okay.
I can try and be Fisa.
Okay. You can voice me if you want to.
I don't know. I don't.
We'll see what we can. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. I know I still have to. I'll still be narrator because I obviously know what I wrote down, and so did Sylvia. So, all right. Let's get back to the reading. When the sparring session was over, it ended as a tie. Kennedy cleared her throat before turning to her team, which I guess I'll do it again because like I said, my throat's about to die. Well, team, looks like we have to get a move on. We have she was interrupted when all the girls shouted and asked if they could follow along with the D&D crew for a little bit longer. Some even given her pouty faces and puppy dog eyes.
Yep.
Kennedy takes a deep breath in and out to calm down before telling them, okay. But side note, you are all going to have to carry all our gear, tents, and even all the bags if that's the case. Otherwise, we're sticking to our main mission. The group moaned in disgust and decided to listen to her orders nonetheless. After all, if it meant hanging out with their favorite D&D characters longer, why not? MC could do this one, so this is Drift right here.
Kennedy, how in the world are we going to keep up with them on that wagon?
Drift asked, pointing to the said wagon and that nightmare leading the horses. As if on cue, a herd of horses came running down the hill, exactly 8 of them when Drift counted as the seas responded on the spot. Now that I know where we are, I did some modifying to this place, and presto, instant transportation in this era. Or rather, I just hacked into the video's coding to give us all free, well-trained horses to ride on to keep up with the D&D crew. Kennedy explains, giving her a knowing smirk before packing up her stuff and her tent. The rest follow suit and catches up with the wagon in no time, thanks to the horses, of course, as they travel along the side of a familiar river. By the time all 8 of them pulled on the reins to signal the horses to slow down, Kennedy received a message on her phone from Kelsey, who was still on the other side, informing that she has been watching the video and has noticed how it kept glitching on and off every so often. She has also observed that the video itself was slowly running down to its last few hours. Kennedy nods and secretly shares with the rest of the girls about the situation before whispering to all of them. Okay, no more games. We gotta stay focused here. Whatever you do, do not, and I repeat, do not mess with me while I'm working on the device for the rest of the 2 hours and 30 minutes we got left. They all nodded, and then most of them decided to go swimming in the river to pass the time. Yeah, let me scroll up, because that was literally like, when Sal and I saw this was like the smallest paragraph we had, and we couldn't think of anything more than that, we were like, I guess we're on to the next paragraph.
I guess so.
Because we did thought about it, and we were like, should we not? No, we're already like in 8 pages. Let's just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for this one, it's Chris and Autumn. Who do you want to be?
I can be Autumn.
Okay, and I'll be Chris then.
Yay!
The story is happening where I live. I don't want anything bad to happen to make the. Okay, bye, Knack. Please be safe from that.
Knack.
Please be safe from that treacherous thunderstorm. So,
yes.
But this will still be uploaded to the channel regardless when you get back. So if you do want to listen to the audio version, you can. If not, then you know where to find this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of the girls were swimming with Avok, Soleil, and even Kiala, as the others decided to stay on land. Before any of you worry, Avok was fully clothed thanks to Shakar tossing him again for eating all those rice balls. Kiala managed to convince Soleil to keep some of her clothing as a swimsuit. Meanwhile, Chris really wanted to mess around with Kennedy one more time, just to make sure she had some fun on this unexpected adventure. She spots the two avians taking a small nap and soaking in the warm sunlight. She carefully sneaks over to Veracode and takes one of the one page of papers before writing something down on it. Laughing a little to herself as she writes, Autumn was talking to Timus about who she was, making sure she corrected herself by telling him she was a tabaxi like him. They continued talking about typical cat things, sharing stories, and at one point started talking about goldfish. until she noticed Chris walking quietly to a snoring Irid from her peripheral vision. After telling the druid that she'll be right back in a minute, Autumn quickly stopped Chris in her path.
Chris, are you crazy? What the tuna did Kennedy say about playing games here?
That line gets me every time. I'm sorry.
What the tuna?
Okay. She harshly whispers to Chris, trying to stop the prank from happening and causing more drama. This isn't a game. It's just helping out a friend. Chris. Total Chris voice. Chris whispered back to Autumn. They carefully lays the folded paper underneath Irid's hand without disturbing his nap. And a big, knowing smile appeared on her face as she wished she brought some popcorn and her phone to enjoy the entertainment that was about to go down soon. This is the part that I don't like because it's shipping fuel. Although, and yes, Sylvia did ask, do you like a Irid? And I'm like, yeah, why? She just laughed, of course. Okay. Kennedy finally finished up with the time warp, and after placing her tools back in her tool pouch, wiped a sweat beneath her brow. She messages Kelsey their ID code from inside the video to take them back to the main void laboratory room. Now all we have to do is find an open area. I'll set this down on the ground, and we should be back home in no time. Kennedy tells herself she quietly quite happy and proud of herself for her quick thinking, and decided to take out her mini tablet to continue writing her draft again. Meanwhile, Chris was patiently waiting for Ear to wake up, putting her hands behind her head and humming to herself as she waited. You're gonna love this, Emma. Mom instincts kick in. Drift pokes her head out of the water to find Chris smiling before her eyes where her wary eyes drifted from Chris to the folded paper in Irid's hands. Not wanting another fight to occur, she swims to Emma, whispering her out a quick plan to help stop this prank. Emma nods both girls out of the water, wet clothes and all, quickly dry themselves off with towels conveniently hanged from a nearby tree. And then this is when it was all too late.
Oh boy.
Ear lets out a yawn. He feels a paper in his hand before opening it and reading in what was inside. A smile slowly grew on the avian's face as he continued reading it. God damn it, I hate this. Okay, I'm gonna do Irid.
Oh boy.
Oh. Okay, I see where this is going. He said. He murmured to himself. After reading the rest of the note, the bard stretches his wings before getting up off the ground. Scanning the open area, he finds Kennedy right away on her mini tablet, completely oblivious to her surroundings and sitting farther away from the rest of the group. Irid then walks over to where Kennedy was sitting, and then gently pushes down her tablet, and latter immediately looking up from the interruption from her draft. Grinning at her, Irid gives a small wink and a very confused Coyote who raised her brow at the odd behavior. This is gonna end bad. Ish. Irid, I swear, what is it? Can't you see I'm busy right now? I'm using my spare time to do something I love. Kennedy snapped. Her brows frowned in frustration as she frowned at the avian before her. Nah, I know that. But maybe you could tell me what this note was about? A note you just so happened to have given me? He replied, waving the note in front of her before tilting his head as he waited for an answer. Kennedy was totally lost.
Oh boy.
But then noticed Chris making hearts with her hands and behind Irid, even puckering her lips and making kissy faces to her, as if the Coyote was embarrassed already with such behavior. Connecting the dots together, she slowly puts away her tablet and then takes off her galaxy hoodie. Rarely do I do this. Rarely do I throw something.
Boy.
Rarely I do take off something galaxy themed. Revealing her tank top.
Oh boy.
Revealing her tank top, she wore underneath, which was a some scalar rock and roll patterned decor and a piece of clothing. Standing up from a rather comfortable sitting position, she meets Irid's gaze with a smirk playing on her lips. She was feeling confident, all right, and she was ready to explain to him in a powerful response about that note. All right, you know what, Irid? That note I wrote for you? Yeah, it is true, she said truthfully, telling him, straightening her back so she was her full height. Wait! Really? Listen, Kennedy, I know we barely met each other, but don't get me wrong. Oh, jeez, why is this happening right now? He wondered out loud. The avian felt so nervous yet and flustered that any girl would admit something like that right in front of his face. Usually it was him flirting to convey his feelings, not the other way around. Chris, of course, burst into fits of laughter at the scene, and even Shuka snickered behind. An idea formed in Kennedy's mind, then taps Irid's shoulder before whispering to him a brand new idea for this plan. After explaining the plan to him, the two shook hands before Kennedy walked over to Shuka. Are you having a good time there, Shuka? She asked him. I'll do Shuka's voice if that's okay with you. Unless you wanted to do it.
Okay. No, I'm good.
Okay. The best? I get he likes to try to get all the girls, but honestly, you're just totally lost it on you. I've never seen him this flustered before. Okay. the rogue answered, still feeling sore from the hard belly laughter. That's funny because, as far as I know, I'm not the only one who hears a bird lover.
Uh-oh.
Kennedy pointed out, smirking at Shuka. What? Why are you telling me this? He asked, a blush growing on his cheeks as his mind raced through who this bird lover could possibly be. Yeah, remember when Chris mentioned about my lover slash crush story that I was going to share it with one of you guys? Kennedy asked with a smirking at him. Yeah? Oh no, don't tell me. Why me out of all 16 people here? Shukin queered, still flustered in his feathers, perhaps even more flustered than his fellow avian who was still watching the scene play out in the background. Maybe it's because Chris was too shy to tell the tale. She knows it. She's just too scared to share her feelings about it. She thinks it would have broken your heart, Shuka.
Oh boy.
So, for context.
Dazzle is crying.
Oh no!
She hears Mama. She needs. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead, Ems.
There you go. Here you go, Doggo.
Oh.
There we go.
Also, I need another chip, so sorry.
No worries. I'm good. Ah.
Alright. I'm not speaking right now when I'm having a chip in my mouth. I don't want to choke.
Mhm.
Alright. So, for context, what I'm saying in this thing is like, the reason why Chris doesn't want to tell that story is because secretively, Chris likes Shuka.
Mm.
That's the whole point of it, of the plan. Yeah. Basically get back. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Shuka looked over to where Chris was before sighing and walking over to her. As both Kennedy and Ear gave one another a fist pump, the two prepared for the whole lot of running to come along, and splashing as well. As Shuka asked about the story, Chris blushed red in the face and sees Kennedy do the same silly move she did when Ear was talking to her just a few seconds ago. There's the context.
Oh, no.
Chris gets up from the ground, and both girls walk towards each other till they're face to face, to the point that their noses were about to touch. Care to explain to him why you didn't say it was you who has a crush? Kennedy asked before glaring at her accusingly. I don't know. Maybe it's because you're the Chicken Little who is scared of this big world. It's true. Chris yells back, gesturing their surroundings for empathy. Shikara overhears their argument, and so does Irid. The latter stopped to whisper the Dragonborn about the clever plan to stop the fight. Very well. He agreed with a smile and noticed from the corner of his eye that Shuka seemed very upset that both girls were arguing over and over. This is where the fun begins. Shikar sets his attention on the riverside behind Shuka before sprinting towards the body of water, increasing his speed with each step. Once he nears the edge of the water, the Dragonborn jumps into the air before cannonballs into the river and splashes a bunch of water on Shuka's feathers, gear, and clothes, immediately drenching and surprising now the quite furious rogue. That was the plan. Oh, Ems, you there? Oh no. Were we there, folks? Oh boy. What happened?
I have no idea.
Discord!
I'm back.
Okay. That's why I was like panicking for a moment. I'm like, oh, Ems, where are you?
I'm sorry.
Just
Internet was being weird.
It was being weird. Okay. But yeah. Just drenching Shuka from the river. Okay, where's my... Okay. Kennedy begins laughing along with a couple others who found the stunt to be hilarious. Chris, not sharing the same statement, walks over to check on Shuka. After receiving a thumbs up from Shuka, Chris walks over and joins Shuka to get close to Irid. Blech. Like I said, this doesn't make sense, but I'll try my best. Chris then walks over to Irid with Shuka, both equally mad. You did that on purpose. What have you have to say for yourself? Shuka yells at the smirking bard. Just 2 words. Water fight! Hear it shouted, inspiring everyone in the river to splash lots of water at both Kennedy and Chris. And then, speaking of which, you two are probably curious. What happened to Drift and Emma? Both Drift and Emma sigh in relief as they were able to stop the heated argument. Both smiled at one another as Emma pushes Chris into the river, while Drift also pushes Kennedy into the water as well. Big water fight. Big water fight. Everyone was splashing water like crazy as they continued the water fight. Some of the splashing became so huge that the waves were getting some of the towels soaking wet. The splashing even made both Autumn and Timus more scared of going into the water than usual, as they inched farther away from the river. Okay, who do you want to be? Autumn again, or do you want to be Timus?
I'll be Autumn.
Okay. So this is Autumn right here. Yep.
I can't understand how Jackie and Emma could stand all that. They're just like us, but then again, I guess it's only water, right?
She questions Timus, cuddling close to him as a hint of fear shown in her worried eyes. Timus patted the top of her head in comfort, while blushing a little pink in his cheeks too. There's more. Like I said, more shipping.
More shipping.
All
the shipping.
For those of you guys who do not know who Autumn is, this is Midnight Cat. For those of you guys who have no idea who Autumn is, yes, this is Midnight Cat. So yes, for those of you who are curious, the shipment of Midnight Cat and Timus, well, here's another one.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Autumn, easy on the hugging, please, he tells her. Forgetting how strong she really was, she quickly drew her hands back to her side and gave the tabaxi some space, looking away in embarrassment as she rubbed her arm. Kennedy, after playfully splashing one of the girls, spots both cats still sitting in the shade of the tree farthest away from the river, but close enough to the wagon. Getting out of the river, the coyote shakes her wet fur as droplets of water land on the grass before ambling over to both of them. Hey guys, I know water isn't really your thing, but it can be fun too. There's nothing really to be scared of unless you both don't know how to swim. Kennedy reassured as she kneeled down and lent a comforting hand. Timus shook his head no, holding his tail as he warily looked at the soaked coyote before him, someone who didn't care about getting wet, unlike him. Autumn, on the other hand, slowly nods her head yes to Kennedy before taking her hand. See? Here, why not you teach Timus not to be afraid like you once were? Look, I'll go ahead and tell Verico to make sure no one splashes you. That way, he'll make sure both of you won't get too wet, but still have some fun with us. Enjoy the free time we have. She encourages with a wink. Kennedy stands up and helps pull Autumn to her feet before helping Timus up, guiding both cats to the riverside. She asks them to leave their hands in the water, taking it step by step. We're still not done yet. Yay. We're still not done yet.
Much more to go. My goodness.
Alright. Let me drink some more water. Alright. There's Drift in here, there's Verico in here. Of this paragraph. I'm in this one still, obviously. I gotta think in the head. I believe, if this is the one I think it is, 7. It took us not many hours. This took probably days. This probably took maybe a week for both Sylvia and I to finish this whole process. And by the time we reached like page 16, we were out of control. So.
So many words.
Mm-hmm. Holy macaroni. Yeah, yeah. It took us like a week to finish all of this. And by the time when we heard about the new news about when they did the fanfic readings, like a contest, we were like, oh crap. All of this work and all these hours and that whole week was just wasted.
Yeah.
But it's still,
Oof.
but oh well. We tried. All right.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe you can enter it to a contest in the future.
Yeah. Why didn't you break up the? Oh, I bet you Shunan would kill both of us. if we did the chapter route, I'm saying that right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. After time had passed, both cats eventually waded in the water, relaxing and enjoying the cool water, and listening to the soft wind blow through their fur. This is nice. I thought it would be bad, but I think I might get used to it. To this, Timus decided getting up from the water to sit on the edge. And perhaps scrolling all this. I know! That's what I'm saying. Ew, like, so we really didn't want to, like, stop, or we didn't want to, like, end anything. So it was really more so, like, this is kind of like if you are a fan of Ovas and you know who I am, you know who Emma is, you know who Nafisa is, you know who Chris is, Wildmaze. You know who Kelsey is. Like, this is just like one of those things like, hey, you can kind of relate to or you can kind of fun with. So anyways. Setting his paws in the feet and tail in the water, he gently kicked his feet as he watched the small waves he created with such a simple movement.
Sorry, where am I?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, I did swim when I was the kitten, but then again, my family was the one who held me on their arms to prevent me from drowning.
Autumn recalls as she floated on the water, facing the beautiful sky as she watched the fluffy clouds pass by. Even I'm enjoying this. Well, this is kind of a glimpse of what Ovas D&D is, or Tavern Steep is what it's called. Of who each of the characters are. It kind of gives you like an idea of like, oh, Avak likes to fight, and then Timus is obviously like acting like a cat, you know. So I think, as far as I know, I'll explain it a little later once we finish the whole thing. But I gotta pick up the pace. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn recall. I already said that. Kennedy eventually tells Verico to watch out for any big splashes heading to both Timus and Autumn's side of the river. He gives a thumbs up in response, and Kennedy, satisfied with her cat friends that they were safe from the water fight, runs off and jumps back into the water to rejoin the cautious splash war. Or contagious, sorry. Contagious splash war. As the waves got bigger and the splashing intensified, Drift decided to take a break and swimming to a shore, grabbing a towel close by before sitting across from Verico, who pretended not to notice. Working on his Hey, this should sound familiar.
Hey.
Working on his murder mystery novel, the tiefling tried his best to not look at her, but by keeping his eyes solely on the paper. However, unbeknownst to the writer in the party, the irrigation. There we go. The irrigation scene he was writing shifted to him about writing about Drift's stunning beauty and amazing characteristics that was only a foot or two away from him. And the big one. Yeah, my dyslexia is showing. Blushing once he reread what he wrote, he immediately flipped to a new page. So this is the Mama Drift X Verico ship.
Yay, more ships.
I'll do Verico. Unless you want to do Verico.
No, I'll just do Mama Drift.
Okay. My goodness, I'd never seen someone so magical. She must be some type of druid like timeless or like a monk like Soleil. Oh, the possibilities. He can't! She's literally right there! He thought to himself before sighing and walking over to sit beside Drift, who was surprised once she turned her head to find Verco right next to him. Right next to her.
Oh, hello there, Verco. You wanted to sit with me?
Drift asked, pulling the towel over her shoulders while letting her quills dry off from the cooling afternoon breeze. Yes, I did. Mind if I ask you some questions? I may start a new story soon, and I want your help. I know this is more of a Kennedy's thing, but I think you can help me brainstorm a good romance story. I can just now. We both can hear Drift just screaming right now.
Yep, we can. Mm-hmm.
Also, Vincent, I'm sorry, but I know you love your romance stories too, brother. You said it on stream once before, so don't even try.
I think we all love our romance.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Sorry.
What, like, something like the tiefling suggested, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm eating a chip, though. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
I thought you were just thinking.
No. I know where I was.
Okay.
Suggested the tiefling, nervously scratching the back of his head. He knew he might have lost his complete mind, yet he didn't care if he was getting his emotions mixed up with her, especially when she was looking at him with a small smile. Emotions are confusing on their own, no? It fuels. I know. When to recap, what Sil's, if she were to ship with someone, yeah, she wanted to ship with Verco too. I'm like, Trip is gonna kick your butt. I'm just saying that right now. Like, you don't mess with Mama Drift when you want to have the tiefling. And she's like, that's why I just keep it. That's why I want to do the murder mystery. So it was just that kind of cute little thing. So, anyways, okay. She lightened up and nodded yes before inching closer to him. Their shoulders touch as Drift reads over his notes, which were neatly organized across the page, and blushed. Whether it was from the contact or whatever Verco wrote, we have no idea. As the day continued, the crazy water fight was dying down. Avak was still floating in the water, with Jaggy, Solar, and Fisa, all of them relaxing in the cool water with blissful smiles on their faces. So it was hard because Jaggy likes Avak, Solar likes Avak, and obviously Nafisa likes Avak. So it was hard for me to have each of those guys have individually. So I was just like, oh, we'll do this.
Yeah.
Alright, Shakari and Kiela were preparing a small lunch for everyone beside the river, while Emma and Soleil were both leaning against the wagon, giggling together and making some flower bracelets and crowns for everyone. You're welcome,
Oh.
You're welcome, Emma.
Thank you. That is so sweet. Yes.
Last were the avians and the two canines, who were drying off in the warm sun. So, Chris, what was that about me being serious again? Kennedy questioned, raising a brow at her friend. The two birds who were watching the scene play out chuckled as Shuka moved his wing to cover his smirk, while Irid didn't bother to hide his amusement. Ears perking at the sound of laughter behind them, both girls looked at the laughing avians with confusion. What's so funny? Chris asked with a puzzled look. Irid shrugged in his response, but Shuka sits up from lying on the grass and glanced at the two canines. Oh, you'll understand one day. This part. Chris is gonna kill me. He answered, smiling to Chris. Both girls looked at one another, then back to the bird, still not understanding what was so funny about them. You realize we're only friends, right? She has someone else in mind. Chris and I are more like platonic love, if anything. Kennedy explained to them, noticing how the two birds blushed in embarrassment by her comment.
More shipping.
More shipping.
But also with Chris and Kennedy.
But it's platonic love.
Chris Kennedy.
No.
Yeah, platonic shipping.
Well, platonic shipping, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Kennedy. That's platonic.
Okay. Because it's so romantic. No, it's not romantic.
Oh, so romantic.
Box is dying. Oh my god, D Gamer, I just see it. Kennedy, Chris, K, J. Just kidding. that ship's gonna go down. Okay. Sorry, I did not know you two thought of each other that way. Shukura apologized. Yeah, our apologies. We're just, you know how you both act towards one another. Iri added, reminding that their behavior reminded him of someone. Of someone. The two girls shrugged before saying at the same time. Oops, sorry. You're both forgiven. As everyone was eating, okay, so let's see. We're almost there, guys. Legit. So, oh, this is gonna make
my goodness.
So, there's this paragraph here, which is gonna make me cry, and then there's this.
Oh no.
This is the note. I'm gonna scroll. There's this paragraph, and then that paragraph, and then this big paragraph, and then this paragraph, and then that's it. So we are so close.
Oh, we are very close.
We are very close. So we can do this. Okay. Oh, you want to narrate now, Ems?
No, I was just saying like to the sandwiches.
To the sandwiches. Okay. As everyone was eating some sandwiches and salad the Dragonborns prepared, Kennedy finished earlier than everyone else, and threw her trash away, grabbed her stuff, then jumped back on her horse to head off an open field. And of course, you guys are all wondering what that note said, so you kind of see a preview down on the bottom, so this is going to make me embarrassed. Erin noticed the coyote run off, proceeding to sneak behind her and find out if she really was telling the truth about her being so powerful and taking on so many monsters with just one claw. Again, improv. Though he wasn't as efficient of stealth as Shuka, he flew off after her and landed on the ground a few feet away once Kennedy pulled on the reins of her horse, signaling the sea to come to a halt. Finding herself in an open grass field with no trees or any harm nearby, she decided to set up the timer one step at a time until she heard sound of footsteps behind her. With a smile, she didn't even need to check behind her to figure out who it was. Irid, is that you? She asked before turning around to confirm it was the right avian, who relieved a sigh that her listening skills were so good, but he was impressed nonetheless. Man, you really are a level 22 wizard. Anyone with that kind of perspective is truly a great listener and a very advanced fighter. He complimented while walking to her. Whoa, my phone battery's about to die. Knowing...
Oh, no.
It's fine. Walking to her, knowing full well that his cover was blown. Came to say goodbye? Or is it about the note? She questioned to him, releasing a sigh when she noticed his feathers pointing up in surprise. Kind of both? I really had no idea you actually had feelings for me, let alone saw me in that way. He answered, taking the note out from his vest pocket. He unfolded the note before handing it back to her. Can you, read it out loud for me? As a way of saying so long, perhaps? Okay. He asked, looking at her with a grin, but she froze up in response. She couldn't even believe he wanted to listen to her read the note. A stupid, fake note that Chris made up for some cheesy prank that went out of control. Remember, I didn't actually, in this fanfic, I didn't write it, Chris did.
Yeah, Chris did.
Taking in a deep breath to calm herself, she then cleared her throat before seeing a glance at the note. Her eyes widened in shock of what was written on it as she reads the note. And this is where I might lose myself. But before we do, I'm going to go ahead and do something real quick because I noticed there's a notification here on something. What's going on? Okay. My bad.
My bad. Sorry about that.
No worries. I also had something from Discord too, and I was just like, hello? What's going on? I'm live streaming right now. Okay, back to where we were. I wasn't legit. I was not a. Yeah, my voice is slowly dying. It's fine.
We're almost done.
Alright. Next time, I will definitely make some hot tea to help my voice feel calmer. Alright, this is where I might lose my crying. This is where all the tears are gonna come. I'll remember this day, of all the days that are still to come, when we first met in person. Irid, fly, get out of my face. No. You are handsome and always. Your smile takes me off flying sky high. And the way you mess around with anyone helps my soul feel a lot happier than my own past life. I didn't even know if it was possible that I could be brave enough to write all these emotions down for you, to let you know that I do secretly have a crush on you. However, you take life so easily. You always lift everyone's spirit and ensure them to help out anyone, including Shuka. You always have the best way of knowing that everything will be okay for yourself, your friends, and even those who come to you with an open heart. As we continue our own adventures, I just want to request one possible way to show you my heart, my honesty, my honor, or even my soul to you. I ask you only one question, Irid. Can I give you a kiss on the side of your beak? Love, Kennedy.
Aww.
This is where all the crying happens. Kennedy finished the note, and a straight tear manages to escape her eye and sliding down her cheek. She couldn't believe Chris wrote all this for her. The Coyote wasn't the type to openly share her feelings out loud, and she knew that she wasn't the type to even write them down on a piece of paper. But she knew in her heart she wasn't lying. She did, in fact, wanted to do it. She wanted to convey to Irid her feelings for him. The bard rushes his claws through his head feathers, chuckled after she finished reading before giving her a long-lasting hug. He lowers himself to her height for her to kiss him, just like she asked for in the note. Here, go ahead, Coyote. I don't mind. He assured as he gently wiped, the tears from her eyes.
Oh.
She sniffs and controls her crying before she nodded him in response. This must be a dream. Oh my. Okay, just one quick kiss and we can go back home. She reminds herself in her mind. Closing her eyes, she leans in for a soft kiss on Irid on the side of his beak before pulling away, meeting his gaze. The two look into each other's eyes with a smile on both their faces before she hears the rest of the group coming to them in the distance. Kennedy quickly ends the wing hug and pretends to continue working on the device, though she was still slightly blushing. Irid lightly snickered until he noticed her ponytail was starting to loosen and fall down. Hey, Kennedy, do you want me to fix your hair? He asked her. She touches her hair and realizes her ponytail is becoming undone, and she shakes her head no. She takes off her hair ties, and she lets her long, slimmering purple hair flow down in all its beach waves and curls. Aaron could believe how beautiful she was with her hair down as he watched her slowly brush it with her fingers and claws. She smiled at him before giggling as she saw the lower part of his beak dropped in amazement. Knowing that he might like her long hair down, she came up with an idea. An idea came to her mind as she raised a brow at the stunned bard. Do you want to braid it? She asked Irid, looking at an avian with her blue puppy dog eyes. Just gonna pull it up a little bit. He nods and with a grin sits down behind her and slowly does a fancy front braid for her hair. As he finishes and ties her hair in a bun, Kennedy turns to face him, not only looking cuter, but also, in his humble opinion, looking like a famous movie star. Sweet tailed feathers. You're so beautiful, Kennedy. He praised her, still in shock. She smiled at him, but both quickly look away from one another as they both heard Shuka and Chris chatting about something to one another, their voices growing louder as they came closer. Separate. The two noticed Kennedy's new hairstyle, and Chris smiled. Are you two enjoying yourselves right now? Typical Chris. And I know Chris would say that. She asked, smiling, her smile turning into a smirk as she gave Kennedy a wink to embarrass her. Kennedy growls at her, but instead decided to take a deep breath before nodding. Yeah, we did. Are you two jealous about it? Or do you want something? She asked both of them. The two quickly shook their heads no for an answer, while the rest of the crew started approaching them. Though I guess we're all wondering what Shuka was thinking, huh? Perhaps he was jealous, but I guess we'll never know for sure. Yeah, so, side note, that little part there, we did try to think of something, but like we said, this was already getting way too out of control. We were like, no, we can't explain too much anymore. This is way too big as it was. Okay. Now this is the goodbye stuff. Alright.
Oh no, I just saw the line was so late.
Don't worry, you do something too. Alright. As all eight girls were saying their goodbyes and hugging the Ding crew, Soleil quickly ran to the wagon and gave the rest of the girls each their own flower crowns. To add on the little gift exchange, Emma was handing out flower bracelets to each of the guys and Kiala as well. After the D&D characters waved from the wagon, which was headed north, they had their own mission to get back to. Kennedy turned on the time warp, and a brand new portal appeared with Kels on the other side, waving to them. All girls jumped into the portal, but Kennedy was lingered behind as she felt a hand rest on her shoulder. She slowly turned around and saw Irid again, and a face expression was definition was confusion as she raised her brow at the bard. What is it? Shouldn't you be heading to... She suddenly feels a strong wing hug from him before he whispers, Do not forget me, my angel. Irid? She tells him and feels him pick her off her own feet and throws her into the portal as it slowly closes up. As the girls made it through the portal and landed back in the laboratory, they waited for along the side until Kennedy finally made it through. Though she ended up crashing into them, they all hit the ground with a thud. She giggled while some of them asked her to get up and push one another off each other's bodies from the impact. Kennedy was still laughing on the ground, so much that she started to cry tears of joy. The rest were looking at one another till Drift literally sat her up, then slapped her face to get some sense knocked out to her. Literally, I needed that with Bendy and the ink machine, to be honest. Alright. Thanks, Drift. Oh, wait, whoops. I completely missed... Kennedy takes in a deep breath, feeling much better. Thanks, Drift. I really needed that. You guys have no idea why I was laughing so much. She tells them before slowly getting off the floor and blowing up her galaxy hoodie, setting it on one of the counter testing tables. And this is Visa. There you go.
Oh, are you going to tell any,
Sorry, I was moving it.
Are you going... It's okay. Are you going to tell any of us about it or explain why you were laughing like crazy on the floor?
Asked Visa, who was confused and really wanted to know what happened. Kennedy smiled and decides to grab her favorite soda. You all probably could guess what that is. Can before taking a good swig of the delicious drink. Now this is actually you, Emma. You can actually say this.
From the looks of it and how you're acting around all of us, I think someone's in love.
Most of the girls, Emma giggled. Most of the girls gasped, while others ooh or even aw to her. She shrugged and shook her head no to say, no, that's not, it's not that. It's the time warp, knowing it does work and that literally any one of us can warp into a video, movie, or heck, even a video game with such ease. Yeah, I bring it down way farther. Way. I ruined it, guys. I'm sorry. They all sighed and were disappointed with the results. They were really hoping to hear something else from her, but they all decided to head downstairs to the local lobby to wait for the start of the next upcoming live stream. Kitty, on the other hand, stayed to clean up the crazy mess in the laboratory. But Kels stayed and wanted to check in with her. Oh, do you want to be Kels?
Sure. Did you guys really meet them? Did they find out who you all were?
She asked while picking up some of the papers and books that ended up littered across the floor. We did. It's like going to a theme park. But it was digital. Kitty explained, fixing some of the shelves and organizing the files too. This is Kels.
Okay. Wow. I was holding on to the door here when all of a sudden you guys were gone. Then, on the screen, channel. I barely saw when all of us,
Here, do you remember?
What?
Okay, here, let me scroll up a
I
little.
barely saw each one of you
Glitch in
and out of the video. It was scary to me. Okay.
She recalled putting down the books on the table for her. We made it back just in time, and it didn't crash the channel or the whole platform, so we're good. Now, go on, watch with the others. I may sit this one out for today. Candy reassurance, knowing that her perfect French braid bun was falling down as she looked in at the reflection in a mirror. Which that's sad because Ear did it.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thanks.
Kelsey shouted as she waved goodbye to her. And this is where the actual truth comes in, because no, it was actually Irid that made her feel in love. Alright. Speaking of which, hello, you sneaky red wolf. Do you want to get in here and say some of your parts? Chris is like, no. I'm gonna take.
Oh, well, is it quiz?
It is the quiz. It is the quiz.
It is quiz. My quiz.
That is the same red Maine wolf that I have to deal with every single day. And now it's Red Glory. Wait, what was the question? Do you want to read your parts? Because yours is about to show up in here. Because we could probably do it in our little secret group chat.
Yeah.
And you could play as Sylvia here.
Okay.
Wait, what? I guess that's a no. I guess that's a no from Chris. Alright.
That's a nanny?
Nani?
Nani?
Alright, we're almost done. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
Kennedy was still in the laboratory as she pondered about what Ear had told her a few seconds ago before he threw her back home. She kept on replaying the conversation over and over again in her head, holding to each word as she still felt sad, yet satisfied she was able to share her feelings to him in person. Suddenly, she hears a door creak open, which was followed by footsteps as she turned her head to see who it was. A hedgehog in a navy blue hoodie, jeans, and sneakers was walking towards her, and despite the fact that the hoodie was obscure most of her features, she still wore. I thought Chris was like, "Oh, this," but then I realized, "Oh wait, she's saying hi to Ghost." Thanks, Chris. All right, towards her. Despite the she still wore sunglasses and a mask to conceal her face. However, strands of soft black curls that looked like they were dipped in cyan dye managed to poke from underneath her hood as she sat across from the coyote. See? Chris made art for this fanfic. So, yes, this fanfic, Chris.
Oh.
Yes, Chris did make fan art for this. So, I'm good. I just woke up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. And don't worry, I'll show the art too. Hey, Celia. I bet you already heard the news. Kennedy greets as she was on her 29th can of her favorite soda.
I did. And it seems like you may have met him as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Sylvia replied, drumming her fingers across the table before stealing a glance at the pile of empty cans. Yeah, he said I was his angel. Like, what does that mean? Is it a sign of love, god powers, or some other symbol I'm missing? Kennedy asked, not trying to cry but also control her stress and anxiety. Noticing her friend's distress, Sylvia's expression softened as she smiled, though no one could see it.
Perhaps. And again, you do tend to help people get hooked up, Miss Matchmaker.
It's true. I'm the one who starts the ships, not the other way around. Sylvia replies. Kennedy giggled at her comment before shrugging. She knew it was the truth. After all, she was the type of person to help other people either be shipped or find love, usually putting others over herself. Well, I was quite shocked that Chris was trying to help out. I thought for sure she pulled one last prank before we left. Kennedy admitting before her phone lit up. Checking her phone to see, she realized that the text message was from Chris.
What's she up to now?
Sylvia asks. She's asking if I'm okay with her telling the rest of our community about this news. The 8 of us meeting them, every detail. Like, all of it. Kennedy tells her, looking a little shaken up. Sylvia reaches across her hand across the table, and Kennedy holds onto it.
Trust me, Coyote. I know she can use mayhem, but really, she just wants all of her friends to feel happy.
She reassures. Kennedy nods yes and mouths, "Thank you," before texting Chris not to say anything until it's the right time. Oh, poor doggo.
Oh, I'm sorry, can you hear him?
No, it's fine. I just heard a little bit. If he needs to hold him, go ahead.
He just wants to go out, really, to see Mama. And I thought I got him out, but I guess Mama was able to put him back in here.
All right.
He just wants Mama.
Yeah. Okay, stealing one more glance at Kennedy to make sure the coyote was okay, Sylvia pulled out her laptop as she began typing away on the keyboard. Later that night, Kennedy was on the rooftop, looking up at the stars in the night sky when she heard the door slam. She turned around to find Chris again, then in a small way back to her. Chris, this is why I asked if you want to be here, because then you can actually read these lines, but okay. I guess let's do your voice impersonation. So, what's it gonna be? Chris asked, walking over to her. Kennedy thinks about it, whether Chris should or should not tell the community before smiling back to her. It's your call, she says. What? Kennedy, I can't. You know how powerful that move is, right? Please do not play stupid or do any silliness here. This is serious. Opposed to the 2,560 times you've done it before. Anyways. I almost. Chris explained in panic. I know, it sounds like I lost my complete mind, but ever since we hang out every stream, you just want to make people happy. Or people smile, laugh, and enjoy the good times. I lost that in my past life. So back when we did the river thing, I knew you pulled something behind my own control. So I feel now, I think it's time just to be happy for what I've got rather than trying to control everything. Kennedy admitted, feeling relaxed around with her. Chris smiles and gives a big hug before saying to her, That's all I want to do. I swear on it. I know that note was rough to write, even for me, but I just know I rarely see you smile or laugh, Chris confessed before the two sat down on one of the benches. I'm gonna scroll up. We're almost done, guys. Looking at the stars and talking about future plans and getting along with one another. Even so, as the night continued, Chris couldn't help but do one more thing to make her friend smile. Hey, I wanted to give this to you. If you want it, I can quickly go grab it, so I can give it to you right now. And speaking of which, you guys want to see the art? Well, this is the two pieces of art, so let me quickly get it right now. Obviously, it's display capture, so I want to hide this suspenseful surprise. Oh, this is not the right one. Is this in here? Yep, so there's one of them. Art! Yep, it's literally art. And I did cry on both of these, Chris. Like, legit. I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe you did this.
He's so cute.
He's too cute.
He's so cute.
Did I not save the other one? I hope I saved the other one, otherwise Chris is gonna kick my... Well, regardless, Chris is gonna kick my butt anyway.
You best have saved it. Where is it? Hello? Hola.
Other fan art folder, maybe? Nope. Although that's... Well then, yeah, I am gonna get my butt kicked. Give me one moment.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, give me one moment. It's okay. It's okay, guys. I got it under... I know where to look for it. Feel torn. Oh. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let me keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Oh wait, we went too far. There's the picture.
Aw.
Yeah, Ems can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This time I'm going to put it actually in Chris's folder. Yes, Chris, I have a folder specifically for you. You're welcome.
Every time Chris makes any art for Kennedy, you're just gonna put it in the Chris folder.
Yep. Alright. So some of you may recognize this image from it. So, alright. I think that's everything. Yep. Alright, let me get out of the area. There we go. Alright, now back to display capture. Because I have the pictures down below. The Chris folder? Yeah! If you got, here. I have the folder still up. Right here. I go to Kennedy Coyote. Bam! Chris art folder. It's literally right here.
My goodness.
It literally goes to here. What do you guys want me to do?
What do you want from me?
Hashtag the Chris folder. Oh my god. Okay. Alright.
Hashtag the Chris files.
Or the Chris files.
Instead of the X file.
There's a whole folder. I mean, it's only 3 pictures, but still, like, I do it for, like, people who do really good art. And, Chris, you do really good art. Alright. Quickly, she tells Kennedy, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. She responds back with a nod. After a few minutes had passed, Chris returns with something small behind her back, smiling at Kennedy as she walked towards her. Alright, if it is, I swear if it's another silly prop, I am not going to fix it for you tonight. Kennedy tells her with a do not try me look. She shook her head no before showing her a handmade Irid plushie. Oops, it's a combination of those two. Hold on a minute. I forgot to pull up the...
Yes.
There it is. Here's the Irid plushie. There it is. This is the one that Chris made both of these for this fanfic.
Ooh.
Ooh. Handmade plushie of Irid with all the intricate details, designs, and even cute button eyes. I know you really don't celebrate much for yourself, so I thought you should have this for me as a gift, Chris said, giving her the plushie with an added thumbs up. Kennedy smiles, then gives her a big hug before taking the plushie, holding it in her arms. Also, you guys may notice the plushie is not in this one. Chris tried her best to put it in here, but just imagine me like putting the plushie down on the bench. So yeah. So these 2 images are from these sentences in the this fanfic. It is so awesome.
So wholesome.
So yeah, my hair's still down, so because I didn't put it up in a ponytail. So alright. Meanwhile, back in the coding, guys, we're almost done. Literally, look, this is all we have left. We got this. Alright. As the 2 looked up into the clear night sky, Irid, back in the tavern's decoding, of course, was also looking into the clear blue sky, seeing no trace of a response symbol or anything reassuring him that her team made it back home. He sighed, his eyes shifted back to Kennedy's love note as he read it once again, hearing her smooth voice repeating every word with the same emotion she had when she was reading it to him. Irid, you're ready? Our next battle's up ahead. Ah, that sounds like Irid. Not like Shuka. You know, Shika's not patient type. Oh god, even Avak looks like he's ready to punch a monster in the face. Shuka called to Irid, flying in and landing next to the bard, who was still holding the note. Is that the wizard? Do you really think did they already use their magic too? The Rolf couldn't finish the question as he noticed the sad look in his friend's face. Noticing how the larger avian haven't even looked up from reading the note or used some sort of nickname to annoy him, Shuka comfortably gave Irid a wing hug. Shuka? Irid stammered as he felt Shuka hold his hand. Irid, I bet she and her team made it. If anything, we may cross paths again, but Chris and I did talk, and she told me that the best time to think of her was to look up at the stars and just, how she put it, think of a way of talking to her. Shuka reassured, gently squeezing his hand. Irid smiles before finally seeing Shuka's gaze. However, instead of Shuka, he suddenly seen an image of Kennedy in her fancy braid bun until he blinks, and there was Shuka right next to him, holding his hand. Alright, let's head back for the fight. After the battle, Irid lingered outside the campsite as everyone went inside their tents to sleep. Well, except for Avak, who decided to sleep in a tree again, and Verka, who didn't need sleep. Flying up to sit on the roof of the wagon, Irid looked up at the twinkling stars, almost as if they were winking at him, before he whispered to himself, Kennedy, please tell me you're happy and well. I cannot stop thinking about you. Every time I see Shuka, you appear. He waited for a response until a shooting star flew across the night. He smiled and flew off the wagon, walking back to his camp, and hoping that star meant was a yes. Meanwhile, at Kennedy's place, she was already in bed, smiling in her sleep, while holding the Irid plushie before whispering, Yes, Irid, we did make it to our mission. I still miss you, my Abercrow. Keep going. Do it for Shuka and I. The coyote squeezed the plushie close to her chest, with a small smile on her face, along with a tail wag. The end. Or is it?
Done.
Done!
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
There's a lot. That's a lot.
Yup. 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Oh boy.
I did it though.
You did it.
I kind of like did a Rocky moment. Yeah! You know. So what you guys... Oh my god.
What? Let me see.
D Gamer, why?
What did D Gamer say?
I'm excited for the... Yep. I'm excited for... I don't want to choke on food. For that quality that accuse. My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you probably don't... Here, let me stop screen sharing for a sec. So what do you guys think? We still have enough...
I liked it.
Did you guys like it? Actually, I thought we would get it to 3 hours. I did not expect it would be, 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So... Enjoyed it, that for sure. Well, that's good. That's good news. That's good news. We're pretty good. Yeah. I liked it. Ooh.
Ooh.
Chris. You silly Chris.
Chris.
Chris is like, bravo! Bravo!
For quiz. This is for quiz.
Yeah. But so did I portray your character very well?
I think so.
Because I'm like, what would Emma do in this situation? Or what would this person do in this situation? Like, all these different things,
Like, not gonna lie, if I were in any other situation, I would literally just yeet myself back into the campsite and whack my head on some kind of tree to wake myself up from any tree.
D gamer.
I'm just I'm just saying quiz.
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 So,
Quiz.
Chris, did I find your? Did I embrace that from you? Did I find your calling as well?
Were you portrayed correctly, Chris? Uh-oh.
As we wait. That's a slow clap because okay. A little bit smirky face. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. I really appreciate my long week just to do that. Alright. So we have a little.
I almost fell.
Oh no, I'm sorry, okay?
I got tangled on my pants.
Oh god.
And I almost stepped on my pants and I almost fell. I would have gone splat. I was just trying to go to the window because it's so hot in here.
I can't blame you for that. It's hot here too. Alright. Ems, you probably can. You guys can't see anything because, well, I have some news for you guys. If you guys literally want to read this yourself, you guys can. Let me I'm gonna screenshot it for you, Ems. You're gonna love this because this is literally what everyone's been asking me. Obviously, like.
Oh.
So, for context, if you have not seen the fanfic readings for the past in February, March, and April, you might want to go look at that. But for those who have known what I'm talking about, you're all welcome.
Yay!
I'm ancient now. No, Kels, you're not ancient. We just finished.
You're never ancient.
Nope.
We love you, Cassie.
We love you, Kels. We just finished the fanfic reading. I'm sorry. You know, it's okay, D Gamer. That's why you should probably subscribe to the Ovas channel, so maybe tomorrow you can understand what we're trying to talk about. I'm just hinting at there.
Yeah.
We're not saying, Chris Files.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she was. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Kelsey was referring to being an agent to the Chris Files. Yes. You guys, Kennedy and.
So, but yeah, as you guys can see on the screen, I obviously did this yesterday. But yeah, I have my total series that you guys been asking for me for so long on Ovas, which is a hashtag called Sparky Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are welcome. Here's the whole book of chapter 1. So I didn't change any of it. I did not set anything up from it, but all of it's in here. Obviously, if you guys have a Wattpad, you guys could re-watch or read first chapter, second chapter, third chapter, and fourth chapter about it. So I just wanted to put that into context. But we're not gonna read the whole. We're not gonna read the whole book because, Lord help me, this took us already 2 hours. I'm not gonna, go through that torture again.
Yes.
So instead, we're gonna do a. I missed how I sound. Yeah, you did. You did. Ems came to the rescue at the very end there, when we all got back from the unexpected counter. That's what we were reading.
Uh-huh.
Yup. So, but instead we are gonna do the prequel, which is just a solo book adventure. Fang's Confession. So this is kind of like how this is a prologue kind of a story where it kind of actually starts in the beginning, um, where it actually kind of goes into the story and how it kind of like ties in together loose things. So I recommend reading this first before you guys read the actual book of Spark of Love, because otherwise you all are going to be confused as everything else. You are going to be so Windows, Air, blue screen, etc. So
Uh-huh. .exe it isn't working. Please
yes,
restart.
yes, please restart, because otherwise you'll be so lost.
Yes.
So let's see. And just to give you guys an idea, it's still, this one's pretty long, but it's not that long. Like, we went from 13,000 to now we're down to like 2,703 words. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's a big difference. But yeah, you guys can read this one off. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a thank you because this involves uh, well, it's not this one. It's actually the end of the Spark of Love. So, Chris. Oh.
Oh, woo. Oh, woo.
So yeah, there's a little bit of a big spoiler there, Ems. You know, you can probably see it right there. Yes, I am making a chapter 2, by the way, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes with parts. So yes, I am making a chapter 2 of the Spark of Love, which is chapter 2, Love and Family. So I'm gonna read this off, and then from there, if you guys, oh jeez, but yeah. So all right. Again, thanks to everyone helping me. Oh, wow, I just realized pull this is together. Excuse me. Holy. Let me do that. I did not realize these were smashed together. Holy cow. High value. Yeah. Alright, publish changes. There we go. Yeah. Alright, let me scroll back down to the... Like I said, you guys can read this your own time. It's on my thing. Alright, so here's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Again, thanks to everyone for helping me pull this silly series off. It means so much to me of writing and getting through some tough times in my life. Even still, my closest friend and I still text, talk, FaceTime every now and then. Someday we both promise one another to meet in person once again. Although I have shown her the series, and all I can say is she's proud of me for not only revealing revealing the good times, the times we weren't so lucky, but most of all the times we each just messed around being the little kids in the past. Anyways, thank you all again for the laughs. Smiley face.
Yeah.
So yeah. And M's, that individual is not Kelsey from my college, but it's from somebody else, which we will talk about if you guys are free for my Twitch. That would be June 10th, if I'm mistaken.
June 10th, I think, yeah.
Yep, June 10th on that Friday is when we're gonna have that next podcast. So if you guys want to know what's gonna happen in that podcast, side note, what's gonna happen is we're gonna kind of do what we did last time with the last podcast on my Twitch. We're not gonna talk D&D related. We're actually gonna talk just general stuff, what's been happening, what's been popping, that kind of thing. We're also gonna talk about excuse me. We're gonna talk about what kind of concerns we have for other things, like maybe just video game wise, what we think of like ideas for art, or even like simple stuff like what goes into making like a fan fiction, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And even other silly things like things that could be also involved with I don't know
Just anything.
Just anything, yeah. Like I said, I haven't worked out the plans fully yet because, again, Bendy and the Ink Machine has turned me too far.
Yeah, it really has. You poor thing.
So, I'm not drinking my Dr. Pepper because, as you guys can hear, it would hurt my voice even worse as it is right now. But yeah, yeah. Also, already, none of you are reading Spark of Love. I see how it is. Um, yeah, unexpected counters pretty getting up there. But yeah, I may do some more published stories on that page so that you guys can get a closer look of what I do. I kind of did like a stuff there. Also, I have some obviously Sylvia 45444. She's there, so you can follow her. Obviously, um,
Mhm.
in terms of what we're gonna do for the next few minutes ish kind of thing. Um, let's see who else is in here for a sec. Chris is, you are, I am, Kill, Spock's, Ghost. Okay.
Okay.
I already had Fang's confession open while you were reading. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. um, oh, updates in terms of our D&D character, characters. M's, what are we on it? Because you told me before.
Oh. Uh.
You don't
Oh
have
boy.
you don't have to share, but like you can let me know later.
Yeah, I can let you know later. Like, sorry,
Yeah, it's okay.
Headphone keeps falling off. This is why I usually use a microphone. They don't fall.
They don't fall down.
They don't fall down like earpieces. But like, are you asking like about my character?
No, no, no. I'm
or
asking.
like the drawing? Oh, okay.
Yes, the drawing. What are we at? Where are we at with drawing process?
I would say it's kind of hard to say like a percentage, but I think I'm done with all of. I think no, I still need to do Kenjai. So
Okay.
like I'm almost done with all of the reds. I just need to put clothes on Kenjai.
Okay. So to give you guys an idea, that means you're done with Will, Drak, Rin, um,
Mhm.
your character, Rue.
Yeah, Rune.
Obviously you've done Kelsey's done long time ago.
Long time ago.
And oh, you did Wex. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to give you guys an idea, let's please praise this woman here because she's been working her butt off so much, and she didn't. Like, I even told her too, like, you don't have to do this. If you want to, that's fine. It's great. Like, that's totally fine. I could just find stilt images or whatnot. But I literally told her, like, don't, like, lose your mind, you know? Be safe, you know?
Yeah. Really, really, like, sketching the characters has really just cleared my mind a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, it's given me more time to, like, not stress about things and not be, like, emotionally and mentally, like, drained.
Yeah.
And, like, I guess that's why, like, I've, like, been working my butt off. But I'm like, it's a good thing, though, so don't worry about me. I do take breaks.
Mm-hmm. So, and speaking of other art, I think it's fair we could. So, from Unexpected Encounter that Sylvia and I obviously collabed on this, I actually briefly asked Ems, I said, hey, since this is kind of like a way of saying thank you back to Sparky Raptor, aka Vincent, PC Shanun, Wolfblade 93, Wolf, and then Voices of Nathan. I kind of asked, and even SPD 64, aka Nicole, who does Soleil, Nathan does Avak, Wolf does Shakar, and Shanun does Shuka, and Eagle Cry, aka Ethan, does Timus. And
Yes.
Vincent is the dungeon master, but he plays Verico, Kiala, and Irid. um,
Mhm. So
uh,
many characters.
so many characters. Like there's 8 of them, and then you add us 8 girls. It's
Mhm.
just like 16. And then the other
Yeah.
two, obviously Kelsey, you, obviously, and then Sylvia, the other writer, because I asked her like, yeah, I mean, there's like a total of 18 people in total. So I kind of had to
Mhm.
ask Emma here, like, hey, can you make like a big group picture of all 18, like the D&D Tavern Steep characters with us as Sonic OC characters?
Mhm.
And what was your answer?
Yeah. Just straight to the point. I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
yeah, she did not mind at all, and she's been showing some like leaks and holes of what her progress is. Mind if I share some of it a little bit, Ems?
If you want, I don't mind. They're mainly just in red, like they're mainly just in reds and blues because the sketch phase is done.
Yeah, yeah, but like you'll get color soon. You'll get all that kind of stuff taken care of and whatnot. But still, I gotta scroll up because it was like a long time ago since the last time you showed me of that kind of stuff.
I think you're able to search maybe like from this user images somewhere on Discord. I use that a lot for when I'm
Oh,
doing references.
oh, really? Oh, hmm. Okay. So we have a couple of them. So there's Kiala. Oh, here we go. This is the one I wanted to share. Open original.
Mhm.
So
You just have it on the K at the moment, I think.
yeah, but that's because I was trying to. So because I don't want anybody seeing our conversation.
uh
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
All right. So here is the red sketch of us 10 OC characters. I had to count. Excuse me.
So many
So
people.
many people. So let me see if I could go down the list here. Oh, yeah, there's Vox. All right, so we have Ems is right here on the floor, obviously with her cat character. Um, Emma, you might have to help me a little bit.
Yeah.
Then there's me.
Um,
There's me right there, unless I'm in the back. I don't know.
yeah.
there's
You're in the middle.
yeah. This is me right here. This is me right here.
Uh-huh. The one to your right is Chris.
How is Chris taller than I am?
It's more of an angle thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
Not to mention I'm going to fix a little bit.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So yeah, I know that this is
Mhm.
Chris here. Kels, this is yours. This might have been familiar from
Yeah.
you. Yeah, that's why the
Yeah,
reference.
Chris.
That's why the reference was there by you. You two are hanging there. This is Mama Drift the
Mhm.
hedgehog here in the corner because I could tell with her dress.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Jaggy's on the floor, like in front of Mama Drift.
Yep. So there's Jaggies right here. Let's see here. This is Nafisa, obviously, for her pigtails here. She's so cute.
Mhm. She's so cute.
All right.
To the right of Fifi is Solar.
Oh, okay. So this is Solar's.
Uh-huh. And the kitty is the cat next to Fifi is Autumn.
Autumn. So this is
And then we
Midnight.
have Sela.
And then Sela's right here.
Uh-huh.
Aww.
Mhm.
So yeah, 10 ladies in one picture. Oh lord. Like, that is insane. Ems, you are. I love this art, but still, it's like, I can't wait for the full art to actually happen because
Mhm.
I think everybody's just gonna be like, reeing when you add the extra 8 characters of the Tavern Steve characters. It's gonna be great.
Mhm.
And speaking,
Yeah,
oh, go ahead.
I'm very happy. I'm just very happy with how our Sonic characters came out. Um, I'm like the lucky thing like about with me is that I like I can do the Sonic style somewhat okay, so I take pride in the fact that I can at least try to do the Sonic style simply, but also make it really cute.
So I was pulling up um, the two Dragonborns that you did already, because I get you're busy and you're doing other art as well. So I'm
Yeah.
not. So here's Shakar's that Emma
Mhm.
did, and then this kind of reveals a little bit of it, and then there's Kiala's, right there.
Mhm.
So they're already in the blue sketching. Like she said, she's still working on the other characters. I'm guessing. I even told her like I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care if you have to. Ooh, my phone's dead. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh no, your phone's dead.
I don't see you, chat. JK, I can. Ems, you'll give me like an idea of how they're all praising it, but still, give me one moment. But like she said, she's still. You're still probably doing other characters. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I need to do Timus, I need to do Soleil, I need to do Irid and Chuka, and Avak, Verico. Who else? I think that's all. I think so.
Yeah, that's about the rest of them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a long
Um,
it's a long process.
yeah. It is a long process, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out like poses for all of the D&D characters because they need to have dynamic poses.
Of course. I mean, like it's
Of
it's
course.
literally a crossplay crossover, guys. Like, how legit can
Yeah.
that be?
Yeah. Um, I really like how I did Kiel. Actually, I'm very proud of how I did her.
I know, she looks so cute. Just give me one quick second.
She's
I gotta get my charger real quick, but yeah. She's so cute.
Yeah.
Very, very cute.
She's so pretty. So pretty. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. A lot of messages just popped up from the chat. Uh,
Is everyone praising you right now?
yeah. It's too much to handle. I don't know how it to feel when I'm being praised. But thank you. I'm glad that you like my art, and um, I'm actually kind of. I actually really would like to share my art a little bit more to the public because I'm always so shy about sharing it because, um, like, you are your own worst critic.
Oh yes.
And like I am not far from that either because I am my own worst critic. I look at every flaw that I make in everything. Um, but I've I've needed to.
But even
It's just yeah.
even me as a live streamer, like there are times where I rewatch my videos, guys, and literally I'll just be like with you guys with the audio and everything, I'll be like, man, this audio stinks as everything. You know, this is not great audio. Or like my message to a certain individual, that one, Emma, where I was reacted to that message. I was so mad at myself because A, I did not had a big good voice box, and B, the a lot of people were asking who in the world messaged me and why was I fangirl screaming about it, you know? Hence why literally that next day of the live stream, I had to explain it and come to my terms and be like, guys, this is who this individual was.
The comments. The comments.
I love it. Also, yes, guys, I'm back. I'm charging my phone. It's back alive. So yeah, I really like your Kiala. Your Shakar here looks pretty good too. I really like him as well.
Thank you. I remember like when I first like gave you like the red sketches and you were like, ah.
I know, because I'm like, oh man, that's so good. Like, we're making progress. Slowly but surely, we're making progress. Also, yes, for those of you who are also curious, here, I'm going to put up the K again. I'm sorry. Also, during that same time, so, Yeah, this was clear back. Yeah, last month around. Yeah, almost a month ago. Um,
Mhm.
uh, when I wanted to share Wolfblade, aka Shakar, the Kiala picture.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh my god. No. His reaction. I was like, ah!
Yeah. Yeah, so just to give you, we're not showing the comment, but literally I said, "Does Shakar approve?" Sunny wants to know who is the art. Sunny wants to know who is the artist, and she's not quite done. She still has a lot. She has to do the color and other things. And Wolfblade, who's Shakar, who does Shakar in Tavern Steam, he's just like, "Ooh, that looks amazing!" Smiley face. But I was just like, but what about but what does Shakar think? And he just gives me like a big emoji thumbs up and a grin.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with that, really.
Me either. Me either.
Why is it so hot in here? God.
All right. Well.
It's supposed to be Iceland, not Hotland.
Oh my god. I feel like the whole world is starting to be a ball of fire now.
Yeah. Oh, I need to turn the fan on. Apologies for any wind sounds.
Don't worry, don't worry. They're probably hearing my fan underneath my laptop, the rustling of that. Um, but anyways, guys. So yeah, that is kind of what we're gonna go with today. I think today was pretty good, even though
Yeah.
I need to I might have to postpone. I'm been in the ink machine for a long timer than I thought I was. I'm just gonna be so mad. I get off the live stream, and then literally I go back and do it one more time, and I complete that level, and I'm just gonna be so mad. Like we've wasted 3 hours, and I just could have done it. But no worries, no worries. I've done it before. I've done it before. But I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this live stream for the most part. Ems, did you have a good time?
I had a good time. It was nice with everything that's, been going on.
Yeah. And the other thing too is that so if my schedule is correctly of my July, because now it's July 1st. It should be. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. Friday, I'm switching over to my Twitch, which is KJK 2016, I believe, this Friday. And we're going back.
Friday.
And we're going back to Yakuza.
Mhm.
Yep, we are. So let me actually get my KJ, let me get my Twitch account going. Give me one moment. Alright, where is it? Where is it? Come on. Come on. There it is. Copy link. And then go to YouTube chat. Don't worry, Chris, you'll rewatch this and you're just gonna be like, really, Kennedy? Really? Really? Come on now. Alright, there it is, Ems. And to everybody else, there's my Twitch account. There's the link. You guys can follow me on Twitch for free. Whenever you guys and use the bell over there to make sure when you guys do see that on this Friday, the 3rd, yeah, day before Independence Day. Woohoo!
Yay!
In the United States of America. Makes just so you guys know, there's gonna be a lot of cursing. Ems, are you gonna show up or no?
I can try and show up if you like.
Okay. But if not, I could still do solo. I could still do like, what I've been doing on my Twitch over there, which is just um, stuff that I've been, just been listening to the story. That's kind of the main thing.
Yeah.
Um,
And the karaoke.
and they, that's literally what we're gonna do first. We're gonna go to karaoke first, and we're literally gonna sing. I still love 24 Hour Cinderella. Yeah. Okay. Actually, you know what? That's actually the perfect way to end off, actually. I don't care what YouTube says. We're ending off strong. Hold on a minute. You are all gonna love this. Because I love Emma's I loved your comment of Majima's 24 Hour Cinderella.
I mean, how else was I supposed to really react to it when I've never really seen it? It's like, wow.
Like, oh my. What? What?
Yeah.
Alright, Google.
That voice.
Google Chrome. There it is. Right, and then don't worry, I'll share the K, guys. I just had to get it on YouTube. Okay. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all ready for a well-ended stream? So, for those of you guys who do not have seen the... Yeah, D-Gamer, you're already followed, so you're good. You're good, man. I'm just doing it for other people who have not been followed, so... Alright. Here it goes, everybody. This is what you've been waiting for this whole day. Oh no! Bam! You love me!
This is the part that trips me over. I was really like, what?
Hey! I love it. I love it so much. I don't care what people say, I love it so much.
It's so weird. 100%.
Yep. Yeah, I was just like... So when I first saw that, I was just like, okay, now I need to get this game. I can't wait for the chat's reaction. I don't blame you, kid. Yep, there we go.
I hit my head. Emma keeps getting injured because of stupid stuff.
So yeah, I love whenever we go to karaoke, not just with Majima, but also when we do it with Kiryu-san. So yeah, you'll see more karaoke on my Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Quiz, are you there? Quiz. Chris is gonna kill both of us.
Question. Nah.
Please.
Please. Please, son. Please. Quizzy quiz. Okay, I'm gonna go extra kawiwi.
Oh boy.
Quizzy quiz. Quiz time. Quiz. Quiz. Quiz.
Do I need to add Chris and be like, get back in the chat? I need to ask you a question.
Quiz. Quiz. Quiz.
Please.
Quiz.
Quiz is
Quiz.
Oi, the la.
Quiz.
What about that? Nutty. Yeah, Chris is gone. Chris is gone. I looked at her Discord and she's just not there anymore.
Oh no, quiz went kaput.
Quiz with kaput.
Oh.
But eventually, guys, if you guys get a hold of Chris, aka Wild Maze, he's supposed to sound adorable. What I was gonna ask Chris, because if Chris wants to mess with me, here, actually, let me go back to the video.
Yes.
If Chris wants to, stopped working. I think this is a good pose. If Chris wants to, actually, where's the frame? There's a frame where he actually smiles. Hold on.
I just like that I'm making random noises that, like, could be considered
Kawiwi, yeah. What I was gonna say, if Chris was still here, I know this is a scary picture, but if Chris was here, I would love to see Majima, well, not Majima, but Irid dressed like in this silly freaking outfit and just singing this karaoke. Cinderella da. Because literally,
I love you.
But yeah, literally, like, Emma, am I wrong? Would Irid literally wear stuff like this?
He totally would.
Right? I'm not crazy.
Especially like just Majima's outfit, like with the feather thing and everything.
Yeah, and the headband and the eye patch, and it's disco, and it's disco themed, so he'll have roller skates on. And This would totally better idea, Kennedy. Duet. Oh gosh. Oh well. If that's the case, hold on. I have another one.
What if Shuka was being forced to like be in some of the outfits?
Oh wait, there's 4 of them. So we have Shuka, Avak, and then maybe Shikar. No, he would not like it.
Oh, Kiala would make him.
No, would make him. And then maybe Verico.
Verico or Timus.
Oh my god. There it is. There's the concept art. Hold on, I gotta, so I saw the duet part. So there are parts where other, ladies do sing. So here, let me get to Rouge of Love real quick.
Oh yeah, you love Rouge of Love.
I do love Rouge of Love. It's so catchy though. There's a reason why. Though. Is this Majima? I hope this is Majima. Yeah, this is Majima's. Okay.
Rouge of Love.
Okay, let me screen back. Okay. You guys might understand why I love Rouge of Love. Alright.
Yeah.
So
Everybody say, Delusion of Love!
Yeah, he goes crazy over it. It's great. So yeah, that's why I love Rouge of Love the most, other than 24 Hour Cinderella. Although, like I said, 24 Hour Cinderella is very catchy.
we should just have karaoke nights with each other.
we need to do another karaoke. I did actually. If you guys look back at my channel, I actually did a Twitch sings is what it's called, and literally that's what I did. Is I just did a karaoke night.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. But guys, all the fun has to come to an end somehow. I'm sorry, but this has been a fun time, and this has been a very fun moment. And I enjoyed reading that long fanfic. I knew it was gonna be long. I just didn't know how long.
It was long.
Mm-hmm. Weekly karaoke streams. Oh, I don't know if YouTube. Well, actually, if you guys look at my July schedule, that Monday, since I don't know what I'm doing, I could probably do a karaoke stream night that Monday. In my choice, obviously. My choice. So I might do it. If you guys want me to do some karaoke stuff. It's gonna be awkward, but I'll try. Side note also, if we are doing karaoke, we may have to you guys may have to see my Blue K a lot, because obviously I'm not gonna screen share the lyrics to the stream. Mm-hmm. So, just so I know, it won't be as flattering for karaoke night, but, it just so you guys know, if that is a possibility for Kennedy's Choice, we may do some karaoke, on my Twitch on Monday. Also we may do karaoke, if I remember correctly, during Kennedy's Choices too, and I guess I'm gonna have to add that to the list too, Emma. I have art stream, I have writing stream, I have fan art reading stream, now I have singing stream. Like, oh my god, what is my channel?
If I ever do live streams on my channel, ever, we could maybe just have that on my channel.
No, I'm not saying that either. Like, I know you want to help as much, but it's just fun to be, so open and so, different, with different abilities, with different, things that people like to do. Not just video games, or not just, podcasts or anything like that, and, everything, that's what it is, kid. Mm-hmm. I don't have a webcam to do a baking show. I'm sorry, guys. We can't do baking. Um,
Yeah, sadly we can't do baking.
we can't do baking, unfortunately, because I don't have a very good camera with me to record all that stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, maybe someday when I get better stuff. Anyways, I gotta end the stream real quick before it
Yeah.
chaos ensues. But again, thank you, Emma, for joining. Um, uh,
It was a pleasure.
yeah, thank you for the last minute savior for my throat and everything. It doesn't hurt, by the way. It will hurt tomorrow, but it doesn't hurt now. Um,
Well, well, I just hope that, it helps somewhat to lessen any pain that's going to come towards you tomorrow.
well, I just know for a fact. Um, since yesterday they did the fan art winners over on Ovos channel, which by the way, congrats to Sylvia. Congrats to that. Um, and also congrats to also who was it again? Ems, was it Pop? I can't remember the name.
Uh, Panguru? Pandora? Something?
Pandora, something like that. I can't remember it either, but
Something Pan. Something Pan.
yeah, they won for the general Sonic uh winner because they had two different categories. They had Ovas and then they had just a regular general fanfic, and they won that one. So that was at the very last second they joined in the call too, and I was just so happy for them as well. And they were surprised that they got done with those fanfics very quick and fast. And I'm like, listen, if you guys set guidelines and you set pristine stuff, you can get done really fast. But if you don't set good guidelines and don't be open minded and free, kind of like you did the last three, then yeah, of course you're gonna get less people to not join in for the competition. you know. Um, but am I saying am I jealous or something? Did I join the competition? No, I didn't join yesterday's competition because I didn't know I knew what the guidelines were, what they wanted, what the text was, what the themes were, and how they wanted it beforehand and everything. The kicker is that in terms of what they were, I guess, kind of looking for, and what I mean looking, I mean can we do simple? Can we get a little creative outside the box? That's what, as a writer standpoint, that's what I was trying to look for. Hence why I didn't sign up for the contest. But if they are going to do it for this month, I hope so, because I think I don't know about you, and I don't know about the rest of you, so I think that went pretty well yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was very chill too. I think I will definitely sign up for the next one because now I get an idea of okay, it's not just like one of my series, then I have to convert that. No, it's literally you can write anything that's related to Sonic, Mario, Goku, Dragon Ball Z, that kind of thing, anime, whatever. If you want to do that category, or if you want to do Ovas theme, you can do it with Tavern Steep or themselves, basically. So it helped me understand what their process of what they're looking for, and then maybe I'll do the next contest, obviously. So, am I saying is it gonna be am I gonna win? I don't think I'm gonna win. I don't think I'm gonna win. I might is at the very least I'll get third. Is my chance of winning. So, but in terms of writing style and making sure that it's not too crazy, what words are not as crazy as they were, obviously. I think I could pull it off and make it understandable. So, but who knows? But,
who knows?
But yeah, so we gotta end. I gotta wrap up right now, pretty soon. Otherwise I'm gonna miss another live stream almost in 50 minutes.
Well, it was fun. I hope everyone has a good evening, night, and or day wherever you are. Be safe, be happy.
We almost forgot. So Tavern Steep is not going to be on. Thursday usually is crossplay and they do Minecraft and stuff like that. That's not the case. They're actually doing Tavern Steep for the first time on a Thursday. It feels weird. I can't believe it's happening so soon.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm surprised you didn't know. Yeah, so the Tavern Steep episode 12 is going to be this Thursday, not the 4th of July, because family plans. And the good old USA of America. It's gonna,
America.
yeah.
America.
So they have all family plans. Vincent said he had family plans. Shannon has family plans. So literally, majority of those individuals are going to be busy. So, um, so if you guys want to, tomorrow, with Thursday, the July 2nd, is when the next Tavern Steep episode is going to appear. Usually around, not this time. Well, actually, yeah, around this time is when they will still be streaming. But what I'm saying is probably around like 3 p.m. Mountain Time Zone, to give you guys an idea, is when they usually try to live stream, which is 5 p.m. Pacific time. Not Pacific time, Eastern Time Zone. Sorry, Eastern Time Zone. So, Ems obviously will be there. Obviously. I'm gonna be there, obviously, just to listen to them, listen to what the next adventure waits for them, and yeah. So I forgot to make that announcement. Because I was just like, wait, oh yeah, Independence Day, and okay, that makes sense. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your independence kind of events. But also, if you're not in part of that, for us Americans, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your guys' week and weekend. That's full to come soon. And I will see you guys literally 2 weeks from now, from YouTube land. So, I'm sorry, guys. I love you, but time to shift. I gotta go back to my Twitch people. They gotta know if I'm alive or not,
Yeah.
So
You just be happy and
yeah.
ooh woo.
Ooh
Ooh
woo. Ooh and oh
Ooh
woo.
woo.
So
Ooh woo and oh
so alright, we'll see you guys 2 weeks from now. Laters.
Bye bye.